All right, everybody, and welcome back to the SSL as we enter a little bit of a mid-break intervention here between Season 7 and Season 8. We're going to be doing a 4-day paid event here as we have 16 teams battling over these 4 days to try and compete to see who is the best over the next 2 weeks. We have 2 games starting this week, Tuesday and Thursday, and 2 games starting next week, Tuesday and Thursday as well. Same time, same place. Will be hosted here on the Cold Crew Exclusives. And again, we are representing the SSL tonight here, as again, this is just kind of some warm-up games here in between seasons to keep the teams kind of veteran amongst one another. That way they don't kind of get too drawn out. We've been seeing the scrim scene here really die, and it's really not the same thing to kind of run scrim. So this is kind of our way to keep things alive here inside the comp scene. Hoping to see some of these players kind of keep them really kind of diced out here. I mean, they really need to make sure that their hands are firing on all cylinders here between this break right now of Season 7 and Season 8. So this is just kind of keeping them really getting their fingers working. Good to see everybody back here inside the SSL here. Again, as we had quite a few follows here, I'd like to send some shout-outs to Ace Knee, the Mertcan, Santa, and Dulce Weeds. Appreciate you guys stopping in before the stream even starts to hit that follow button. You guys are absolute legends. Always helps. It really does. All the follows. We just broke 600 followers here on the channel. So again, one more time, thank you to all of you guys who have hit that follow button, who tune into the stream regularly, even just to watch the vids on the follow backs here. Even like after the game has ended, the stream has ended, just coming back to watch the VODs, learning some of the maps, learning some of the replays. It honestly is huge. I appreciate all you guys who do stop back in at least to give us a little bit of screen time here. It really has been helping the channel grow. We're finally at 600 subs. With that 600 subs, I'd really like to do something for you guys as far as a community goes. So hopefully we can do an event to give back to you guys. I've been working with Perky and Feisty to kind of give back some things to you guys as well. So hopefully you guys can get some merch as well as with my logo on it. Hopefully with your logo on it as well. Yeezy here for Gal. This is Galacticos here, Team 7. They will be pulling up to a prime spot here in this circle here, right outside the hospital. This is a key compound. Late game ends very often here, right around this similar scene right here. As you can see, Purge there at the hospital. Their usual drop, they're in South Georgepol. They will be able to just kind of play at hospital top for right now. As you can see, Dynamic there, going to be joining the group here as well. Nice to see the whole Purge gang back together with Richie, Jimbo, Dynamic, and Spree all here. Jimbo's still there looting inside of South George. He's going to be taking his time to regroup with the rest of the 3 guys here. But with this group up, this is a scary squad here when you get all 4 of these players inside the same lobby. Galacticos, again, not entirely somebody that I would want to be fighting so close to. But again, these 2 teams here, very top teams that are very close to one another in key positions right off the bat. As you can see, Viper, ZQ, a lot of talk lately going on with Vipers here. ZQ being the talk of the town here. We'll have to see how he does compete here inside the lobby. We've seen this team last Friday inside the 1-day paid event there do quite different things here. As you can see, it was, I think, ZQ 1 day, Fury the next game there for the Vipers, and they just seem to make their way in the late game, whether it be 1 or 2 members of, they somehow make their way into the late game very, very consistently, finding kills. And we'll have to see if this is going to be the Vipers game yet again here. As you can see, they're making a nice key rotation here. They will be right outside of Team 7, who were just talking about Galacticos. This Dill for Team Envy actually grabs a nice compound here as well. So teams starting to rotate early, so you're going to be the key factor here for EU. I like the fact that these teams have wasted no time here in Circle 1 to get to the position they'd like to hold here. Again, we know as much as the circle does kind of shift off Phase 1 circle, this is a circle that can be read pretty easily there. With only 30% of that circle being up there in Phase 1, it's really kind of easy to read here. As you can see, this is really the only position that the circle, could pop back up here north. So it's not likely that will happen. If it does, a lot of panic will happen amongst these teams. But you can see how much land and how much opportunity is still here in this south part of the circle. So you can see a lot of teams will start to flock and flood their way towards this direction right now. As you can see, this is one of the teams here who is definitely going to be looking for a victory right off the bat. ATR rotating in, one of the later teams to come in, but they're going to take the Blues. And not a bad compound for this team to take as well. As you can see, this right here usually is a spot where we can see the circle finish from time to time as well. Most of these teams starting to finally find their home here. As you can see, RMV will join as well. The rest of Galacticos will join Golyus there, who's found a nice little early pickup as Hawa there for Envy. Nice little split there actually coming out from Envy. I think they've got 3 split. They've got the compound over there where Hawa's at. We were just checking Dill out there with the little 2 double stacks right there. And then we also have Al's here holding the solo blues here. So Envy with some great strong positioning here inside this circle here, wondering whether or not we're going to see a circle pop in their favor. But either way, Envy covered in all directions here. EXG, I think it's just Jamesy here for the squad. He's going to pull back here, as we haven't seen the full EXG gang out in some time since, I believe, last SSL. So it's good to see these guys back in full rotation. Traits, Tiro, Jamesy. Not sure who else we've got on the roster here today. Let's go pop over here by Traits. Let's see who we got, who we're rocking with. And it's going to be Travis. The three T's, and then we got Jamesy as well. So we got EXG with the T's, and then Jamesy. Welcome back here to the SSL for yet another round. You can see Viper's going to take up. This is a compound they actually play from quite often. Very, very comfortable in this rotation, right outside of Purge. Shots coming through from Galacticos, but nothing to be concerned about, as there will be no actual damage done on the Vipers. Able to pull up there. Anto going to back the car right into the garage right there. And then Purge will start to peek up over the shop right here, start to rain some shots down. However, not enough to actually find that knock right there, but damage is, however, being done. EXH, there's some K over here. Haven't seen these guys as the full forward. Happy to see these guys back again. Some teams just show up for these bigger leagues. They stay together as a full 4, but they don't really show up to so much paids as well as scrims. The league opens up, we see them come back here into the team, EXH being one of those teams. Marco, Stimpay, some K, Deuce. This right here is a squad that we can see definitely have fantastic games from time to time. 10 to 11 kills here in the bag for the squad. So we'll have to see what they do come. Oh, I'd love to see the backpack. Really haven't seen this too much actually inside the comp scene, but that's like that Blood Gang. You can see he's got that skeleton bones there on the back of the backpack right there. Little shout out there to EXH and the Fit right there. EXH is inside of a great compound as well. Still shots coming out over there on Viper. A couple of teams still rotating. AG caught inside the blue, still rotating right behind VE, who is going to be one of the only teams to be on this northern end of the circle there. So curious to see whether it does favor them or not. If so, VE in a perfect spot to bridge camp and keep several teams out of this North George Pole circle. However, we still have a few seconds to decide whether or not that circle will pop in the direction of VE, or if it's going to come and pull down here where all these southern teams have already predicted the circle will pull. Envy as the 2-2 will split it out. Coming out of Gatka will now take control here of this compound just shy of the hill off of Everest, and then as well as the double stacks here right below the camera. So Envy with the nice 2-2 split there. Just the ATR still hanging tight there inside the compound. They pulled up here a little bit earlier on. Really just waiting for this circle to shift before teams start to get aggressive. You can see how veteran, how experienced these teams are in the lobby like this to have early rotations. We haven't seen a whole lot of rotation loss, but that circle does pop. It's going to give these teams exactly what they wanted. The circle back down in their favor, and VE will have to cross the bridge right here. M4 in a perfect spot to actually set up for potential kills here onto VE's position. But VE already about to set it across. They will line it up right here for M4 to actually get these shots. So if they're aware and they're listening for the sound cues here, they should hear VE's vehicles coming across the bridge right about now. As Terrace is going to turn, Physics going to get some shots down as well. Gunner from the top. Don't really know if the knock's going to come through, but they are definitely trying. Only 10 shots in the SLR, and you can see that's when it hurts the most right there. Trying to take a vehicle down that's at full speed. Sometimes 10 shots just isn't enough. VE in a very risky play right here will somehow get away from the shots coming out from M4. So able to pull away there. Viper look like they're taking a few shots coming out, trying to rotate away. That's Fury caught out right there. Antopap as well. He's going to get the smoke out, trying to stick the res, but not in time. Some K will take that last kill there onto Fury, and that's going to be Viper losing one upon rotation. Not the best spot for them to try to move right here. As you can see, quite a few teams had them lined up. There's EXH going to find another one through the smoke. Antopap will fall. And now Vipers, after taking the loss there on 2 players, they're looking to just try to do what they can to reset here. Looking at Galacticos, thinking that that's who's doing the damage, but it's actually EXH who's a little bit closer there, so they really can't help the team out too much, so we'll just kind of wait for the team now to have another phase shift here. Really don't want to take another loss on a rotation like that. I know they have another Dacia inside the garage, but again, after just watching your team get eliminated like that, I don't think Vipers are going to be too beneficial for taking the rotation now. Anto confirmed. That spree over the top from Purge. He's going to steal that one away from EXH through the smoke as well, as we now have 2 players down there for the Viper squad. VE, after making that late rotation, surprisingly enough, they get a great spot here inside the circle. Didn't really think they were going to make it here without taking any losses, but I like to see that that's right there a key rotation from VE. They're not comfortable exactly where they're at right now. They're going to move their vehicles here to make sure they're safe and that they can actually take the rotation from the radio tower. But after that rotation, VE should definitely be happy with the fact that they were even able to make it there as the full 4. So anything that happens right here from now is really just going to be a bonus for this team. ATR, after coming out of their blues right here, does make their way here into Gecko. They take a loss right there. Looks like the res coming through there onto Hayes. As you can see, all 4 members pretty tightly grouped up here inside of Gecko. So that's going to cause definitely exactly what they want. The res to come through. No pressure will come through from CTK after finding that knock. As you can see them just outside the compound looking towards ATR's position. The res does come through, and that's going to be Hayes back on his feet there. I really respect the positioning from these teams right now. You have to realize the discipline of these teams to stay in the position that they're at. Viper tries to get ballsy, but you see the rest of these teams have not moved from the compounds they've picked in a circle like this. Aside from ATR, the rest of the teams will be comfortable from where they've decided to pretty much pick since phase 1. Because this is just a circle that is very, very uncomfortable to play in once you get caught out of the circle. Once it takes you out trying to find your rotation into the next zone, definitely causes some concern for a lot of these teams. As you can see, Dig right below us, going to finally regroup there as the full 4. That phase 3 will pop, and it's going to shift him right out. After grouping up as the full 4, Gecko is still going to be inside. M4 after that rotation will be barely in, backfilling onto ATR's position. As we look at M4, I don't really know if they'll be able to play too much from here. But again, after taking over ATR's position, this is going to be the position to play from now. You don't really want to full send it onto the next position unless you're ready for the fight. Knowing M4, they are more of a backfill team here, so they will, I think, wait for the circle to come in. I don't see them actually sending it. As I say that, Terrence is actually in the vehicle. Pizzles as well. They may actually full send it here onto a compound here, deciding to crash. I like that coming out from M4. It's a little bit different style of play coming out from this team. They have definitely the gunpowder, the manpower, but usually they're a team to just kind of go with the flow right here. Inside the vehicles, they are going to fully send it here above. Kind of driving around right now, just doing some distraction, making sure no shots coming through. And this is going to be Al's coming back here to the blues right here as he will make to the first spot here for Envy. 2 members now for Envy here across the way. They will take that control as the vehicle probably not too safe right there. Al's makes it in. Hawa makes it in. And then you have Dill as well as Nada here over here in these 2 double stacks still hanging out here for Envy. I'm really liking the respectable play here. Envy has been one of those teams to really just kind of facilitate themselves here. They have one of the most solid squads here, I think, that they've had in a long time, and they've really stuck together here as a unit. They've done some recruiting a couple months back to make sure that they can definitely get the roster filled. They're starting to maintain events and show up to, you know, things a little bit more consistently here. With the addition of Nada, Els, Hawa, Dill has really had a chance to kind of step up here inside the tournament. You've seen him really grow as a player as well. Usually, Dill is kind of that guy who throws himself into any fight. He hears some shots, he's going to run there. You can hear the shots coming through, and there's Dill running straight at him right now. A little bit more coherence, though. I mean, he's now not so vigilant there to just take the shots. You can see he's kind of going slow up there. He's going to spot out RMV. Shots come through, trying to find techniques out of the vehicle, but it's not going to come through. But again, Dill just being that guy who really just needed to kind of take a step back and wait for, you know, things to kind of come to him. And it's been working out since this team has really been put together from Envy. It's really kind of favored him and the rest of Envy's squad. We'll see how they do inside this 4-day paid event. As we can see a fight breaking out between Aguida and a new team. This is going to be Team 8. A Lizard, the last one, we're up there for Aguida, trying to get the res onto the road, but shots coming through from the third party. Going to have Lizard pull off for the time being. One more shot is all it's needed to take down Aguida here, as Santa's still bleeding out there for Team 8. This is a team that I'm not entirely sure. This is a new team to my roster. I'm not really too familiar with this team at all. As we can see, it's Master, Virus, Bagu, and Santa here for the squad right here in Team 8. They have just taken a loss. Santa will fall as well to the blue as it's going to come in right there on his back right there. That is going to be Team 8 down to just 2 members after finding one here. DeRose will fall as well for Aguida. And now Aguida up with just 2 members left up, I believe, as well. So after getting into the fight right there, Dig will lose 1 there on rotation. Here's EXH going to have to make that rotation 40 seconds till Phase 4 starts to move in, as they will have to send it here onto the Vipers positioning. Possibly EXG or VE there at the top of the radio tower. EXG is barely outside the zone as well as the Vipers. So teams really just waiting with this Phase 4 blue to come right along their back there to make this next rotation. Now coming along down the side here, you can see Wizzy and the rest of Dig trying to make the rotation. They are going to come right past VE. That's Merc going to line them up. 1, 2, 3. Jeez, Merc. That is the most nasty spray I think I've ever seen come from Merc out of this entire competition. Takes Wizzy, Dope, and Brand all out right there for Dig. Merc, the absolute laser beam with the Scar, rips all 3 players of Dig out of the vehicle, and that is going to be well played from VE. Now looking, here comes Travi coming up over the top. That's going to be EXH pulled up right onto his position. Stimpy hops out, takes the first knock as Mark's still a little bit too delayed. Deuce will now fall. Mark, the last member up, as all 3 members of EXH just eliminated from Travi's traits from EXG. And now Mark going to pull back. They're realizing there's nothing to gain there on that pull up there. They have just lost 3 members, and EXG easily going to take care of that. VE now looking down as Mark will get spotted out there by ZQ. EXH taken down there in 15th place. VE going to take control of all of this loot. Now looking to turn the fight here on the Vipers. There's going to be shots coming out from ZQ, giving the position away right there. That's going to be Merc taking his attention now focused towards ZQ as he's not inside the zone right there. Master will get taken down there from Team 8, confirmed right there. There's going to be 1 member left up there as he will fall right there. I believe Team 14, that's going to be Aguida out in 14th, following their number in suit. RMV falling to Lucarix as well over here. That's going to be Purge getting to it. Jimbo going to find that knock, making his way down the hill. As you can see, I believe Jimbo just got picked up right there. No, that's Richie getting picked up from his spree right there as Purge able to get back up to the full 4 after finding the knock onto Lucarix. RMV as the 3 will separate themselves down and around from Purge on the other side of the mountain. M4 over here as well will take some pressure as well from CTK. And that is going to be FSS taken down right there as CTK looking to close out on the fight as well. Bagoo looking to pressure this, but he's stuck here for his team as the solo here. 4 different teams around the position. All it's going to take is 1 bullet in the head of Bagoo to put him down as FSS on the pull-up. Just can't hold tight onto CTK. JJ from ATR makes his position here onto the Blues. Looking like the rest of ATR will join here as JJ makes his way freely into the road. Ghosty going to hop in through the window, spotted out instantly there. As he will get back to JJ here. JJ able to take 1 down there, confirms the kill as well. Nade through the window. That is going to do some serious damage on the CTK. Balance walks right into it, thinking he's avoiding the damage, and then balls. He falls to the spray of JJ. The absolute wrecking ball ATR comes and takes down CTK after they eliminate FSS in 13th. They fall in 12th. ATR here in the backside. Bagoo still somehow alive there behind the car as the spray comes through. That's going to be Mikey Bueno from WC finding the final kill there on to Team 8 out in 11th. Grenade comes through to do the damage that's already been done, as now WC will position themselves here to take the fight with ATR. There on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, we can see Envy set it up beautifully on the positioning that both Dill and Nana have secured for Envy. But we'll look at the fight now that's in play as WC will take a loss there. Makaz hops out of the vehicle a little bit too fast, falls to the fall damage there. As you can see, Tickle trying to hold the pressure of ATR as they know the knock's in place, and Brace has already made his way up and over the ridge here. Spots Tickle out with the grenade in hand, drops the grenade probably on himself, will finish himself out, but Tickle from the back goes down to Dill as Envy confirms the kill there from the side. Projects comes up and over, gets the 2 times out there and falls to the spray of Makaz, confirmed from Physics, and this is not looking great for ATR. 3 different squads looking down to their position. They have Hayes into the 1v2 here with Bueno and Makaz. Spots out 1 over the top. The grenade from Hayes does the rest of the damage onto Bueno, and 2 will fall to Hayes. It's all up to JJ there for ATR. Does he go for the res or confirm the kill here on the Macy Moo? Here behind the side, you can see just waiting for the pressure to come through from JJ. It's not going to come through. He will stop to get the res, and this will give Macy Moo potentially the chance to get over to give WC their res, but he's sticking it, waiting for both JJ and Hayes to come up over the top, as he will just get the heal off. Hayes back on his feet. JJ looking for the last WC member. The Molly comes through trying to confirm as he's back up to full health here. The 2v1 can now stop up here into JJ. Getting the pressure. Going to bob and weave. Finding the top of the ridge here. He's going to spot out Mason with the shots come through. And he's going to fall right there to JJ ATR. 2 squads now in the bag after taking down CTK. WC will fall next. VE making that rotation just out. Making sure they have 4 vehicles here. Will just now slow the pressure off. As we can see, 8 teams here inside of phase number 5. This will start to alleviate some of the pressure from a lot of these teams. As we just seen about 4 to 5 teams fall in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. And that right there is just fantastic work coming out from these teams. You can see VE still has the full 4. ATR has lost 1, but they are an absolute wrecking ball right now with just JJ and Hayes. And respect to this team right now, excuse me, they've lost 2. So with just JJ and Hayes, they're able to do absolute God's work right now, taking players out of the lobby upon themselves right now. You can see this will be Hayes, who's usually 7 to 8 kills deep already in a lobby like this. Right now, sitting on 3 kills there with the help of JJ. We'll have to be wary of how they play this position as they pull up there. M4 will definitely be making the position onto their rotation very, very soon. Spree will fall here for Purge. Is dynamic. Looking to get this res. I think it will come through. Smokes in play just in time. Envy's still there inside of a great position inside the circle. As you can see, Dill making his way back up to the top of the ridge there from the side. That's going to be Richie now falling to Galacticos. But the Molly does enough damage to finds a knock, confirms the kill as well on to Burkan. As another one from Richie finds both Golyus and Yeezy. They will fall right there. Great Mollies coming out there from Richie, but however, he has fallen. It has only confirmed Yeezy. As No Mercy is still trying to get the res here on the Golyus. He will fall to the spray coming out from Ali. Well played there, my man. Good read on that right there, as it's still just 1 up for No Mercy. Mert can crawl safe where he can at least get picked up from his teammate. Jimbo still looking down here onto the fight here. Wants to close this fight out little, before he can actually get the pressure from Vipers over there. I think that's still ZQ from the side looking onto this fight. But VE also has wind of the fight as well, so could easily come up and take this away. No Mercy is going to stick the res. He's trying to find the head of him over there. The Molly now going to come through as the grenade will confirm Mercan. The Molly just behind No Mercy. It's not going to do the damage that Purge is looking, but however, Spree able to find No Mercy on that left peak of the tree. Purge takes down Galacticos there in 7th. Falling behind there is going to be also team number 4 right there. As we look at Envy, looking on VE's positioning here, they've gotten a nice little pressure there, but it's going to be Verney potentially to take down the Vipers here next in 6th. I'd like to see Ali actually take the positioning away from ATR here. ATR doesn't really have the strongest positioning. It's the bowl that has been working for them so far right now. ZQ just hanging on for Vipers again, even though it's just 1 member left up. Somehow they just snake their way in diligently into this top 5, top 6 situation here every single time. Purge, after getting the res there onto Spree, back up to the 3, looking to take the fight here with M4. Physics, after getting the heal off there, will get this reload on his AK, taking the actual fight away from Purge. But if they stay here a little bit too long, they will not only have to fight Purge, but now ATR, as ATR is comfortable inside the zone. They got the res there onto Hayes, so they're back up to 2 players up. Physics still looking down towards this position as Jimbo will finally spot out Viper. That's going to be ZQ falling in 6th right there for his team. Envy inside of their little double stacks here, still pressuring from all angles, have not taken any knocks, able to keep their head down when it matters, but also pop shots out at the same time. They've only found 1 kill out of the position, but still, it's definitely enough, and it's definitely something where you can say that Envy has played this, I think, perfectly, even though they've only found 1 kill out of the position. There's still 11 bodies ahead of them, still kills in play for Envy to grab right now, but it's going to be definitely their position to continue to hold as phase 7 centers them up 1 more time. Everybody just kind of focused on VE out here, caught in the middle of nowhere. They're stuck in the fields, no cars, nothing left to rotate. ATR also pushed out there along that left side of the screen here on Jimbo. So, but it's going to be VE to take the pressure first. Suddy has already fallen. It's just 2 members left up there. As you can see, JJ and Hayes have done a little split here to try to thicken their chances here and hope that they can do a little bit better. So the 1-1 split here from ATR doesn't pay out. Already noticed out there that's going to be M4 taking shots here onto JJ. He is going to get that little bit of a chance to kind of breathe for a second. Another 10 seconds till the zone starts to close. And once it starts to close, the pressure will be on. 6 smokes in the bag here of JJ. And if he can make his way at least back to Hayes, should be a nice little rotation coming out here from ATR. Now is going to be the time. There it comes right now. M4 taking the knock. Dynamic finds 1, finds 2. Looking to find the 3rd. The molly will do the damage to confirm there. It's going to light up Pizzles. Confirming Terror with a great spray from Dynamic. Looking to find the 3rd here. Can he get the squad wipe? Not seeing Physics there to the side. Going to turn fire, but Physics just too quick with the AK. Now flushing out Dynamic right there. It's going to be Spree and Jimbo to finish off the last member here for M4. He's lined it up there very, very patiently. The molly comes through. It's not going to find the damage. Pulling off towards Jimbo. Jimbo just snaking his way towards the grass here. He's going to leave the 1v1 to Spree right here. Suddy comes down from the side. There is VE is going to trade one out there. Als will fall, but JJ going to take out Suddy. And VE just can't seem to find their way here into this next zone. The res comes through onto Envy as Als will get picked up there. They'll be back up to the full 4. Hayes going to spot out Physics right there, and somehow ATR into the top 4 after this little bit of a 1-1 split. JJ now going to have his opportunity to shine right here, but Ollie right behind him. M4 in hand right here is going to spray. He's hitting the vehicle through the blue. Ollie able to survive, but then falling to that blue zone right there. JJ is taken down for ATR right now, and it is all left up to Hayes. VE Bernie, the last member up here for his squad. 6 kills in the bag there for his team. And right now, you have to respect these solo players here, just making the best of it. ATR as the 2-man with 4 and 4 for both players right there. That's 8 kills on the board for ATR inside the top 4 here for game number 1. Again, we usually see Hayes, that we were talking about earlier, just go off with kills, and he's not done yet just because he's got a broken vest, a nearly broken helmet. We can easily see Hayes put up another 2 to 3 kills here inside these final 4 teams. Bernie as well. He's already got no kills on the board, 7 for VE. This is the only player without kills, so he's looking to put a couple on board right there. As the shots come through from Purge to take out the tires here, he has no way to actually easily get out of the positioning here. He's inside the slightest part of the edge of the zone right here, so doesn't really have to move too much. But after this phase 8, we'll be in a pretty compromised position there with Envy in the center and Purge over the top right there. It's going to be hard for him to rotate into the next zone. Hoping that maybe Purge starts to get into it with Envy, and then hoping that ATR maybe starts to get into it with Envy at the same time. That could buy Bernie time, but it's going to take a lot of third-party shots for either Hayes or Bernie to find their way into this next zone. Hayes actually with the vehicle there. Wasted no time. Will pull her to the side. Shots coming through from Dill. Als does the rest of the damage right there, and Envy able to take that last kill onto ATR as they fall out there in 4th. I like the play coming out from Hayes. Really didn't have too many other options to work with. Maybe crawl his way to the next position, but Envy able to find that 1 kill and the damage being done. ATR just can't find their way any further inside the top 3. Think this is still Envy's game to give. They've got 2 kills after that 1 kill that they just found. So we'll just, if they play it right, Jimbo just, oh my god, reads it out on Bernie. Bernie steps out inches away from the hay barrel and falls to the spray of Jimbo right there. Now it's a 2v4 here for Purge. We have our last 2 teams. 10 kills on the board here for Purge in the first game of the night. Envy with just 2, looking for the victory, though, with the stronger numbers. Jimbo holding the angle here with the 3 times on his scar. Tries to find the shots there on Nada as Dill will fall out there from the back. Nada has already made his way to the edge of the wall. Should be able to read it out there. Spots Jimbo out, but Jimbo with the spot out in return. Great shots come through as the body shot follows the headshot. Jimbo finds the knock on to Nada, and now Jimbo looking to find the remaining 3 members as Als debates on whether to go for the res here. Smokes are in play to get this res here. Als will spot him out right there. Traded out. Good shots from Als as he's going to get Jimbo down to about 30 HP. This gives Envy a chance to reset and get the res here on Nada and put it back up to a 4v2 from the side right there. That's going to now be Dill. No damage being done on the Jimbo as he gets the damage, or he gets the heal off in time. Envy with the wrap. Jimbo with the wrap. He's going to spot him out right there. Dill just needs to land the shots here on the Jimbo. Can't find him, but from the top is Howa after finding Spree. Turns to find the last member of Purge, and that will be Jimbo. Howa with the double kill there for the win. Envy, 4 kills in the chicken dinner in our first game of the night here inside the SSL 4-day paid. Well played there from Envy, and again, we played respects to their new team and how well they've been playing. That right there is just a small showcase of what Envy can do when they all pull their heads together here and just maintain cover inside that building. Well played from Envy there with a 14-point game here in game number 1, but Purge with 10 kills falling right behind is still going to close the gap there and potentially still could be in first with the amount of kills they had there and a second place position. Game number 2, we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Take 5, everybody. Alright everybody, and just like that, we're back here in the SSL 4-day paid, day number 1, game number 2. Another 64 players inside the air. About to land here over the map of Miramar as we look for our first victor of the tournament here on Miramar. Coming off the victory there, Purge so close there with the 2v4. Envy just too great, and they just hang on with the 4-kill victory there. Hawa able to find both Purge members there in the final circle of game number 1 to close it out right there. And a lot of it, I think, was just to the control of Envy. Again, they had 3 different positions inside of phase 1, so they had options off the get-go pretty much to select as to where they wanted to go once phase 2, phase 3 kind of popped in. Once phase 4 was in play, Dill and Nada had just regrouped up with the rest of Envy there. And once you've seen all 4 players inside that double stack compound, it was almost a secure victory without a crash coming from one of these teams. So, well played from Envy, able to sit inside of the compound there and not get over-aggressive, not leave the compound, and just really just make the best of what seemed to be almost a give-me game, but at the same time, you don't want to ever say that these teams are given games. That is all position. That was Envy reading it right, and again, the rotation so early on from Envy really just paid off there with the circle kind of favoring them throughout the remainder of the game. Back onto Miramar, though, we are looking for our next victor here. Is everybody going to get free and clear? No real hot drops right off the bat, though. As we can see, it's going to be Team 8, who we really didn't get too much time to talk about as we just seen them kind of get into the fight there. This is the Z Clan, so a newer roster here for me to actually welcome inside the SSL. Happy to see a new team competing for us here, and it's always good to see some new faces here, so we'll have to see how well they do inside the competition. Not a horrible game 1, as it just seemed that they kind of were caught upon rotation there in the later phases of the game. We're not a team that we've seen go out early on, so we could see an M16 and a Winchester in the hand of Santa. A little bit different story here that he's trying to tell, but I like the gameplay here. The Winchester is definitely something that we like to see from time to time. Apologies there. You should have seen that one coming. You know, even though the batteries say that they're good, never are good. Always change your batteries before you do anything. I don't care if they say they're full or not. Lies, lies, lies. Xbox controllers just definitely don't read these batteries the right way. Every time I usually change my batteries, and that is exactly why. We can see Team 8 still repositioning themselves here outside of Bendita. I think they're actually right outside the circle, so they have to make the rotation relatively early. M4 right outside the edge of the zone, and most teams here are outside the zone right there. A couple teams inside. This is a very similar circle to what we just seen in game 1. There was only a couple teams inside the zone, and yet again we have at least about 10, about 8 or 9 teams here right outside the zone. They're having to make the rotation, and it's going to be a rough rotation. WC will be one of the first teams to actually get out of Picado. I'm sure of it. And once they actually make their way out of Picado, should be able to find their way into probably Chuma. Nice little position over here outside of Chuma that they can actually kind of play from. It's a very good spot right here. Really hard to crash. Nice to play from once the compounds do loaded there. You can either play from the top of the hill right there, which you see a lot of teams play. You can see also a lot of teams play there from that bottom set of compounds. A very, very strategic play right there for either teams to kind of play the positioning there. RMV still inside of San Martin. Very, very quiet game coming out from RMV. A couple of kills there in the late game. The rotation, we've seen MV pop a few shots onto this team here, but not the RMV, again, with the results varying all the time. We know how this team does. It's a hit or miss team. They've accepted it. We've accepted it. We all know RMV to be RMV. And right now, this is a game, this is a map I think that they actually play very, very well on. So to see this team actually come through, I think Techniques was checking out the lamp, trying to turn it on, turn it off. Everything's good. The lights are paid. The bills are good. RMV back here in San Martin. Again, we'll be having to rotate past the Vipers down towards EXH. Monte Nuevo, of course, not a position where any team wants to rotate past. So we'll see a lot of teams start to avoid this crossroad here and find new homes here down in this southern end of the circle. Thankfully enough, not enough island on the map there for these teams to have to worry about a circle that will pop down here, but they will have to worry about the potential ridge, mountain top finish, whatever you want to call this hillside right here outside of Chumacera. This is a very, very common finish in a circle like this, so we could see a lot of teams starting to make their way towards this zone here. A lot of the teams, such as Galacticos and M4, already in a position to kind of take that spot if it does start to shift their way. See, Galacticos actually making the rotation up here on top of the hill. They will position themselves here, if not on this hill, probably towards this. So this is a nice hill to play for, not only for rotation kills, but for information as well. Purge and Nata getting dangerously close here. And after the fight there at the end, this is it from last to first right here. I don't know if you guys watch any, if you guys are some rock band fans here, but you have from first to last. This is from last to first. We can see just the util coming out from both players, so definitely aware that Envy's up here. Purge is definitely trying to push out of this. I'm not sure they know that it's Envy quite yet, but once the knock comes through, Purge will definitely start to get overly excited to take this one. Kiyomi gonna fall right there. Maybe a desync on RMV's part right there. So I'm not sure what's going on with RMV over there. After being quiet, that's not how we want to see you guys awaken in game number 2 here. It's only 2 members for Envy right now, remember. I think Jimbo's coming up on the vehicle. They're trying to regroup with the rest of Purge, but it's a 2v4 right here. And Nata, as well as Dill, both playing it right here. They're playing it slow. They want to take the fight right here, but little do they know that's all 4 members of Purge. They can't really get away from the fight right here. And it's oddly enough here that they're not pressuring towards the compound. They're still setting here on the side right here. Spree going to come up. He is going to find Dill. The rest of Purge starting to swarm around as Nata caught out right here. Spree comes over the top. Will confirm that kill right there as Dill drops the grenade on himself. Envy will lose both players here nice and early on. Purge somehow able to find positioning onto Envy just like that. The 2 members will fall right there, and it's going to be Hawa as well as Dill going to have to pull off now. Or excuse me, as well as Els. Envy after the chicken dinner here, not how they wanted to follow up the match on Miramar, but again, they will just be very, very quiet. Great positioning from Envy, 2 games in a row here, but again, they're met up with Purge here a little bit earlier on than before, so again, that fight right there just kind of caught them off guard. They surrounded the 2 members that were there for Envy, and it was pretty much game over before it even started. Another crash coming onto the compound here as Galacticos is surrounded by all 4 members of M4, 2 on each side right there as Yeezy will pull off right there. The shot's coming through. That's going to be Physics finding the first knock. Terror confirms as Mertcan will fall right here. Goyo's now getting spotted out. Both players take shots, but the knock does not come through. Yeezy FPS from the side has a nice little flank, and over the top comes No Mercy. No Mercy gets the chance to take the first shots, but misses enough shots that he won't be able to get the knock. Terror's turns, instantly punishes that one. And now Physics looking over the top, waiting for Yeezy to pull over as it's just 2 members left up here for Galacticos. Over the top, Gunner will fall, or excuse me, will find the shots there onto Goyus, and now it's just 1 member left up there for Galacticos. Yeezy FPS after pulling off there in the buggy, trying to make his way back into the car, won't find that. The spray of Physics from M4 will knock down Yeezy. Galacticos out in 16th place as we have now 15 squads remaining inside game number 1 before phase 1 even comes to a close. Dig can now patiently make the rotation in VE as well. FSS, we can see a nice little gatekeep coming out here from EXG. They're looking for rotating teams as they're going to set up right here above the hill from Jamesy. You can see Virus and Santa have already made their position here inside the compound, but Jamesy not scared to take the fight. He's slowly but surely pressuring up towards this as the remaining 3 members of EXG finally come to play here. I like to see EXG grouping up here. Again, they haven't really played it out. The Z Clan trying to sneak their way out of the back. Santa has already made his way down and around the ridge, and it's up to Virus to now see if he can escape the clutches of EXG. Should we get spotted out? Yep, James, you're going to get the visual right there. Barely sees him, realizing they're on the run right here. He's going to give the information to the rest of the team, and up the hill they go, trying to cut this rotation up into the next zone. It's only the 2 members yet again here, and so this is why you can see the 2v2 split definitely pays off when you're not getting crashed, but as soon as you get crashed from the full 4 members and you get spotted out, once you know they're on the retreat, these teams get hungry. They start to pressure even more, and that's exactly what EXG is doing. They're going to pop up over the top. They have Santa now inside the vehicle. They stop right as he gets in, just in time. Can he get the Virus in time before getting the shots from that shack was literally clutch. Literally clutch to the fact that EXG has no visual onto it. Oh, the tire spotted out there. Tiro at least can see the vehicle for right now, so Z-Clan not in a great spot. over the top. That's team 15 from a distance. I believe that's M4. They're not really paying attention on the fight right now, but could easily third-party all of this. Dig rotating around the back right there as EXG pulls off of the camp. They're going to miss both FSS and Dig. So no kills coming through. Tiro trying to find it, but Traits gets the knock on the Z-Virus, and then that's going to be it for Tiro to confirm. Santa inside the shack for Team 8, and Z-Clan just not having a great day today. Trying to find the rotation in. Shots come through. The Molly's in play right in front of Santa, and Santa not going to make it to Christmas this year. That's going to be it. GG's to the 2 members there for Team 8, Z-Clan, with just 2 members left up to match Envy. Jimbo, just leave Envy alone, man. Just leave him alone. He's coming up over the top. Thankfully, ATR is there to kind of keep the pressure away from Als right now. But you can see Jimbo making his way up to another position where Envy had just played. And thankfully enough, they will pull off right there. So no 2v4 fight in the reverse direction for Envy this time around. Shots come through. Jimbo, great headshot, but he's going to pull off right away, making sure that he doesn't get the shot returned in his vest or his helmet, so he will be able to pull off from that. Gets good damage down onto ATR, and ATR will be careful of the peaks probably from now on. Bigot, Embrace, and Hayes, though, I don't really know if ATR are too scared to take the fight. They will continue to look up, and it's going to be Purge by himself right there as Envy does pull off there to the left. You can see they've maintained right here outside of Jimbo's position, and it's going to be 5 different teams here for Phase 2 on this western side of the zone, right hugging the edge of the zone, and it's not a bad play coming out from these teams reading the circle. We see a lot of finishes here inside Season 14. Honestly, start to feel like they're going to end more and more here towards the unplayables. Merc falling there for VE. That's Team 8. No, excuse me, that's a Guida. Different fight. Merc caught on over there, but you can see Bernie spotted out from 2 players here for Team 8. Must have been shot out of his bike right there. The tires have been taken down as well, so it's just going to be 2v1 for Bernie. He's going to pull back right here. The remaining 3 members for VE, I should say 2 after losing 1 right there. Not looking great. Here they come across the bridge right now, as Bernie will be able to pull back here from Team 8. Bagoo still spots him out right here. Master's popping a few shots. They're trying to find the angle here. Ollie pulling up down there on the bottom of the screen. But really not a whole lot of help. VE with just 2 members left up. A couple of teams already taking some early losses. Suddy now regrouping from VE as well. And that could potentially put the numbers in their favor. But they're going to need to find the knock here to move forward into the next zone here. EXG actually pulling up here onto the back of FSS. Jamesy is lagged out. Somehow still alive there for EXG. Just running into the corner right there. All it's going to take is 1 member of FSS is going to spot him out right there. That's unlucky there for Jamesy. EXG going to lose 1 there. And it's nothing they can really do to stop that. PUBG at its worst right there when that stuff happens right there. FSS picks up 1. EXG will lose 1. And now it's just left up to the EXG T-Boys. Here comes the T-Boys. Tiro, Travis, and Traits. They're going to stop heal here in the outside of the blue right now. And as they get the heal off there, Travis will pull up, distracting FSS, hopefully giving at least Tiro and Traits a chance to get in. Travis will stop here at the pole. I don't think he knows how much FSS is pressured up onto him. Traits finds Tempe. A grenade comes through from Arminus, and he should get him to peek out the back. Gets the bandies off enough, at least to get to about a half HP. Another Molly now comes through. That's going to be just shy of the position as well. As Gone will find Traits right there. Arminus finds Travis, and it's just 1 member left up for EXG, and that's Tiro. Still inside the blue, going to back up off the fight right there as the res comes through for Tempe. FSS gains 3 kills onto EXG and puts the pressure onto them here early in this game. Can Tiro even find a way in? He's going to take the late rotation. He will find his way up and around the mountain right there, wanting nothing to do with FSS. FSS can't really stop him from rotating up the hill there, so they will just have to allow Tiro to make his way in. The zone coming in on FSS's back, so they will gain control of this position of the circle, but will have to eventually make their position either towards Team 8 with the 2 members left up, or over to Team WC, our winner's circle here, who is in a better position probably to take than Team 8. Dig finding some kills there. That's a fight with CTK here on the side right as well. That's Dig Wizzy finding all of 2 members there of CTK remaining. A little bit of help coming from the Dig boys right there, but CTK here on the edge of the zone in Phase 3, falling to Dig Wizzy with 2 kills in the bag as Wash picks up 1. Well played there from Dig, as they should be able to get the res here. That Phase 3 damage is enough to at least to allow the heal to come through. But they're playing it very, very slow. Before that phase 4 damage comes through, they will have to get the reses up and be back inside that next zone. Actually get down there towards VE. I want to see VE trying to make their way in. They got the 3 members here waiting for the 2 members after the fight was a little bit earlier. Bernie caught out there between Team 8. As now you can see Chiro for EXG. He's trying to find a home. Shots come through from Ali. Shots come through from Suddy. The tire gets popped and Taro will spin out right there. Barely having a chance to get away. He's in between 2 different teams. The grenade cooked up over the top. It is going to fall right over the shoulder of Tiro, as Bagoo from the bottom will take down Chiro. EXG going to fall out there in 14th. VE now realizing there's still 2 members down there for Team 8 will continue to look in that direction, keeping them there at the edge of the zone. Both teams really with no further moves to make forward until this fight closes. We'll just kind of wait for phase 3 to turn to phase 4, giving us our next circle pop and the direction of the next moves. Wizzy gonna fall right there. That's M4, and Dig will fall right there as Dope falls to the play zone. Gunner and Physics pick up 1-1 kill there onto Dig as they fall in 13th. Waiting to see VE. They should be able to close this out relatively soon. Both teams now outside of the zone with 40 seconds to make a decision whether to take the fight or to move forward. Suddy wants to take the fight. Ali waiting for it as well to make sure that he does not get knocked, and he could get res there. As you can see, I believe Bernie already making his way there away from the fight. Trying to find VE away inside that next zone. Slowly but surely there on the right-hand side of the screen. Will leave the fight up to the remaining 2 players for VE to close it on to the Z-Clan. FSS looking over the top there. Looking not only for Team 8, the Z-Clan, but also for VE. Playing this again. They're going to wait for the rotating team right now. There goes Team 8 moving off there. And FSS will just have to say, hey, we'll let you guys move in. As Sabino gives the information to the rest of FSS. Actually, I think they're going to come back and wait for this team to rotate up the hill. As I said, that Sabino is looking in the direction, chasing the car down, trying to find the pressure. But they are taking a perfect rotation around FSS somehow. Shots come through the crash. Here's going to be EXH onto ATR. Knock's already coming through. 2 players already down for ATR as EXH gets control. It's now Embrace left up for ATR, the final member, as M4 coming from the side. Taking shots from Viper down there on the bottom. It's going to be 3 different teams here in a third-party central frenzy. EXH looking down there onto M4's position. They still have Embrace here on the side to deal with as he's making his way slowly around. Will run directly into M4's as the knock comes through from Gunner onto Mark. Deuce looking to come for some backup as Stimpay is already there for the res. As he sticks the res here, there comes pressure. M4 coming through. I'm waiting for the grenades, the utilities to come into play right here. As he will stick the res right there. There's the molly just shy of the position, so no knock confirmed. The res is in play. Mark behind the hay barrels. They're stuck on one another. Can they get around this next position? There they are back inside of the compound. There is Gunner slowly but surely creeping his way around. Physics with the pressure coming through. Embrace spotted out from Terrors in the back as Physics should be able to find this. Takes down in Mark right there as he will confirm that kill. EXH with just 1 member live up. Stimpay there at the top of the window. Can he hold tight? Deuce and some K need to hurry up and get onto position now before it's too late for Stimpay. Around and around. M4s are just running this compound. Stimpay caught out right there. He's going to get spotted out from Pizzles. Can EXH come over the top there in time to delay the flush? The flush has already happened, so EXH down to just 2 members after taking down ATR. Embracing the bag of M4 as well. And now it's going to be EXH on the direction to turn around there. Looking to take the fight here in another direction. FSS right behind this fight. Arminus gone, already down. Tempe and Sabino left up here for FSS, trying to take the fight to WC. The res already in play for 1. Going to go for the res onto 2. FSS very ballsy to go for these reses inside the smoke. 1 grenade, close it out right there. Sabino pops off the res, finds Bueno as Tickle comes through, trying to find a repeat. Can they trade out right now? No. Tempe finds 1, finds 2. From the bottom is Makaz. We'll find not 1, not 2, but all 3 players of FSS inside the smoke as it depletes. Bueno will fall. Tickle still trying to get picked up from the third party, and some K will gain credit for that. WC takes down FSS, but it will lose 2 players in the process. WC, well played there from Makaz, as FSS just a little too focused on sticking the reses right there. WC able to capitalize on 4 kills and take down FSS in 10th. There we can see Aguida now taking a loss right here. Purge trying to find their way onto the backside. They've already taken down No Radar, confirming that with the flush right there. DeRose going to make his way out of the building there, and I think he will play it away here from Aguida. Not wanting to take the fight here quite yet, on the edge of the zone. Quietly making his way away from the fight. Will opt to leave the vehicle right there as shots coming out from Envy. Looking to find not only Purge, but Aguida as well. Lizard confirmed right there, and it will just be one member left up there for Edgy. DeRose, solo play for Aguida. Now following to the spray here from Hawa. Envy is able to find that one as they can see WC over the top. They know where RMV's at. They have Purge in the bag. And even though it's just 2 members, Envy with another solid central position inside of Phase 5. Well played there from Envy. Can they see another top 5 or another potential victory here, even though it is just 2 members left up? Purge just pushed out one team here. They backfill onto this location right here, and as they come into position right here, Purge still with 4 players up, taking pressure from the side, looking to confirm, I believe, that there's no players up here inside this building here, and that's just a breach and clear tactic coming out from Purge. Well played, just to make sure, again, they're safe. You hate to get comfortable and then have that one rat come out and take the game away from you guys here. WC here over the top. They still got the M4 boys here with 4 members left up and EXH in between as well to deal with there. So no help coming out from M4. M4 slowly but surely creeping their way along the top of that ridge right behind EXH as WC trying to find their way down. They have Purge in front. It's not a prime position to push, but they just have to keep information to make sure that nothing will happen there. Makaz will spot him out right here. But the shots come through. M4 finally get into it with EXH. If I was WC, I'd turn around and take this fight right now while EXH is distracted. Makaz continuing to try to look both directions. May get spotted out here from some KK. No, waiting for him right there. Deuce falls to M4. And then some K will get laid down by the spray of Makaz right there. Makaz with another kill on the board now with 4 kills and 6 in the bag for WC. Over the top comes Physics. Again with that barrel trying to open it up. Switching to the Mini 14. No damage actually being done right here. WC playing quiet. Just trying to make sure that M4s can rotate down and around all 3 of these teams here on this southern side of the zone. Will have to find their way into Phase 6. Envy again inside of a great position. Should be able to find a few kills here on the rotating 3 teams, being EXH, Purge, and M4. Viper in a great spot as well. They're going to be looking to third party this. Gunner spotted out. Good shots coming out there from ZQ. We'll have to pull back in time before the shots are traded back. Gunner barely able to survive that, as well as Viper doing damage on all angles, but not able to find either knock. Both Gunner as well as Pizzles pull back here for the M4s, and they will be able to get the heal off. Still 4 players up with 11 kills in the bag right now for M4. As RMV does the damage, they will knock down a VE. VE out there in 7th, giving us 6 teams now remaining. Still wrapping around here. Watching these teams. M4 will have to come down off the hill right there. As a good knock from Terrors over the top. Finds Purge. That's going to be Spree Fall, and Jimbo with the panic mode activating right now, deciding whether he wants to do from here. Gunner's taken down in the back as Terrors taking shots from Purge on the left-hand side. They're able to at least get Terrors down as he confirms Spree right there. Jimbo really can't do much more. Makaz making his way onto the backside, but Dynamic takes him down there before he can find his way up to Terrors. Terrors somehow thanking Purge for doing the damage right there, even though they need to now kind of take the attention away there from Jimbo. Literally, Makaz was about to be Terror's worst enemy if he would have just came behind and ripped out the rug from underneath Terrors, but still, it's not looking great. There it is, going to be Envy. Now looking to find Purge here. It wasn't looking great for M4 until Purge stepped in, but Purge steps in, saves the day, gives us 5 teams remaining here as they now have to focus their way to get into this next zone. Envy is the gatekeeper. They have the key, and they are really going to just allow this team to walk right in. Jimbo spotted out here from Els. Els patiently taking a few shots on Jimbo, trying to find the knock here. Howa with a beautiful spray. I don't think you guys heard that. There it is coming from Howa. Line him up, Howa. Line him up through the smoke. Get that headshot. Right there it is. Howa lines up Rich. He is going to find this spray right there. Rich, no bad blood to you, my man, but that is a beautiful spray coming out there from Howa as he will knock down Richie. I think it's stolen away from Physics, however. Envy does the damage. Physics gets the reward. RMV taking down yet another squad, as that's going to be now Vipers falling to RMV. Results varying again. This is a map that they are comfortable playing on, and you can see that with 7 kills inside the top 4. Could be RMV's game here. However, the next fight they have at hand is going to be M4. 11 kills on the bag for them right there, and that right there is definitely not something in their favor. 14 kills, excuse me, as they added 3 more to the roster since we checked in last. And this is M4 just going absolutely insane here in game number 2. Four members still left up. You've got 3 kills across the board for 3 different players, and then Physics with 5. This team right now just seemingly can't be stopped. Physics, however, will fall right there. Top killer of the team will fall right there. His Technique's going to spot out Gunner right here, looking to get some smoke. RMV kind of has him pinned right here. As soon as he peeks up over the top, without help from Pizzles, RMV can easily get the knock on the Gunner. Great smoke coming out there from Gunner, at least to delay the inevitable fight with RMV, as Physics will get taken down. RMV able to even the fight out here with the 3v3. Good shots coming out. That's Zebo. Zebo, line him up, man. Knock him down with that barrel spray. As we see our behind-the-scenes manager right here gaining control of the payments. Say, you know, I don't really dish out the payments. I can make the payments happen as well. Techniques, good spray. Gonna find the knock on to Pizzles. Now looking towards Gunner's position. However, not enough damage to get that knock on a Gunner. Gunner with the blue zone on his back will have to move forward after getting the med off. After the pressure from Techniques does the damage. Stepping up for his team, Terrors comes through for the res on the Pizzle. And if he gets that res right there, we'll put M4 back up to the 3 players. And I think it will come through as Gunner slowly but surely will make his way into this next phase. Phase 7 with another minute till we see Phase 8 and our final circle of the Miramar night. Envy still with 2 up inside of a great position. Yet again inside the top 4. Not a whole lot of kills, but the placement for Envy is definitely going to keep them relevant inside this 4-day paid event. Terrors now falling to a great spray from Techniques yet again. Looking to confirm this kill. Can he get Gunner as well? Yes, he can. 2 players now down in the bag of Techniques. Looking for the 4th. The squad wipe from Techniques. It's almost in the bag, but Kiyomi with the last bullets over the top from RMV. Now give 11 kills and RMV ultimately the position to win this game. Taking down the top team inside this lobby right there. M4's falls to the hands of RMV. Techniques does the damage, finding the first 2 knocks, and Kiyomi with the assist comes with the top and takes down the final player of M4. That is going to be RMV with 11 kills, taking down our top team, which had 14 kills in the bag right there. Well played from RMV. Purge can now breathe, realizing they don't have M4 to deal with there. They have another 1-1 split, which we just seen kind of work out last game for ATR, and this time around it's going to be Purge doing that same thing, just trying to keep Envy pinned inside the houses right here. Dynamic with an angle there on the edge of the zone, as you can see. Jimbo, another angle here on the edge. 6 kills this time around only for Purge, but definitely in a position that they still could win this game easily enough if they find the knock here onto Envy. A little bit of a bum smoke right there, just trying to keep Envy distracted. Dynamic is going to find a little bit of a shot there onto Als. Als stepping forward and backwards here, kind of avoiding the shots. Will spot out Dynamic on the rotation. Good spray. Gets the window lined up for Als, but Als steps out just in time to avoid the fire from Dynamic. As now Dynamic does get his way into the zone. Als really had no choice but to allow that to happen, as the spray was just so great coming out there from Dynamic through the window. Had he stood there to put the pressure back, I think the knock would have been in Dynamic's favor. But however, Als outside the shack right there with the peek is going to spot on Dynamic. Dynamic back on the right side of the tree there as Als makes his way in. Good spray from Als, traded out from Dynamic. Will fall. Als, I like the attempt right there, but Dynamic, this is now 3 kills in the bag where I've watched Dynamic just not miss. That barrel spray was the last game. This time around, it's the AK. Dynamic with his 7.62 is just absolutely lasering in the lobby. A little bit of a slip up yesterday for Dynamic. Today, Rich inside of his head has definitely got to him and says, Dynamic, we can't have a repeat game back-to-back like this. He had him in the chat yesterday saying he was dying 3 times, you know, pretty much with no purpose to actually die in the positions that he does. This time around, Dynamic inside the top 3 as Richie has actually fallen right now. I know these two are bantering one another here back and forth for that same exact reason. But can Purge take home the victory with RMV? 3 members still up. Envy with 1 and 2 for themselves. Very, very slow. Phase 9 closing with another 2 minutes and 30 seconds till we have the end of our game. as there it is, phase 9 now closing. Smoke's coming out right there. This is such veteran play. I respect this so much from these teams, waiting all the way till that close to happen, as Kiyomi spotted out from Hawa. Doesn't get the credit for the kill, but does the damage, allowing the play zone to finish what he started. RMV losing 1. Now the 2v2v1 here, as Hawa, the solo player for Envy, looking to take the remaining 2 teams down here by himself. Out there on the side, it looks like Jimbo will make his way up towards RMV as Dynamic holds the pressure for Hawa. Spots him out in the window. Very, very cheeky angles from both players here, but really not a whole lot that they can do towards Jimbo's position. He's got inside the smoke. Hawa in the most central position right now as RMV kind of makes their way towards his position. Should be able to take control of the center of the circle, but right now we have to make sure that RMV does not get caught out by Jimbo here. Nice little 1-1 split again coming out there from Purge. It could easily favor them as if RMV gets focused tunnel vision on Hawa, but however, they're keeping their angles. They're checking both sides. They're not over-aggressing. All teams, I think, are playing this right, and right now this is really just going to be the team to hit their shots first. Whoever gets the visual coming out and hits those shots, it's going to be pretty much in the bag right now. You have a bunch of shooters in the lobby. Zebo will give you credit to being one of the shooters, but you have Jimbo, Dynamic, Hawa, who just had the double kill for the victory for Envy in the previous game. Techniques, who's been absolutely lasering, just taking down M4, and then Zebo here for RMV. Can they do the dirt? Zebo just does not play enough comp, I think, to overall consider as a laser, but you know, we definitely give Zebo the love. He is definitely somebody not to count out of the lobby here. Has a beautiful spray, but again, just does a lot of behind the scenes things, though. Sometimes doesn't always get the RMV love. Techniques over the top, gonna spot out Jimbo as he does the bob and weave over and under. Is he gonna spot out Dynamic as Jimbo will fall? Techniques confirms RMV on 12 kills here, looking for the first victory of the night. Now it's in their favor, but Zebo has fallen to the play zone right there. What happened for RMV? How is spotted out by Dynamic. Techniques with the 1v1 here as Dynamic pops out of the smoke. Techniques lines him up by Dynamic. Is going to hold tight for Purge and wins the game. Again, just how great is this man with the spray tonight? Dynamic back to back here with great sprays here. And this time around, it is enough for him to get the chicken dinner for his team. Dynamic with 5 kills as Purge gets their first victory here inside the SSL 4-day paid. That's a 9-kill and a 19-point victory played here from Purge. Well played, you guys. As we take a little intermission, we'll be back for Aaron Gale on game number 3. All right, everybody, and welcome back to Aaron Gale as we look at our 16 teams. Switch back to the green map here as we look for a third victor as another very, very close final fight there. As it looked like Purge may get their first victory of the night. RMV steps in and barely tries to take it away. Techniques with some great shots, and Dynamic says, you know what? We will take that win. Dynamic with some beautiful shots there at the end to save his team and give Purge the victory there. Well played from Purge. Envy as well, finding another top 3 position with just 2 players left up inside of the late game. RMV finally waking up there on Miramar, going off there with quite a few kills, following behind M4, who took home the start of the kill leader there with 14 kills on board, but is ultimately Purge to take home the victory there. A little bit under 10 kills, but a 19-point game there for Purge in game number 2. See if I can get a little bit of a leaderboard for you guys before to see if we can get some hot drop action to check for. If not, we will talk about the leaderboard a little bit. Els may be able to get some shots here down onto the rotating dig, but no, he's got the micro Uzi, so really not a whole lot of damage to be done with that thing onto the vehicles there. Shots come through onto FSS as a Guido will do some damage. Tempete pulls off and secures the vehicle there for his team. In the meantime, we will pull up this leaderboard here as we look at the leaderboard for the day. It should just have the first game on there, and that right there will put Purge in first after a victory there for game number 2. Should actually allow them a chance to still be in first there, still keep their momentum moving, as that's 2 games back-to-back where they've had great games here with, I think, the highest points in both games there. M4 very, very close to the score with 14 kills and a top 5 position, as well as RMV there with the 3rd place position and as many kills as they had. I know are very, very close to the score. They may have actually even passed Purge there for game 2, but a very, very tight score amongst Envy, Purge. RMV will join the mix up there after being down there on the bottom side. Only 1 point in game number 1, as well as a Guido with just 1 point. Not really having the best game here for the first 2 games. WC struggling to put points on the board, as well as you can see them with just 2 kill points representing for them in game number 1. Galacticos struggling to put points up, but have found 3 points and a placement. Not so much found there in game number 2, but as we look at ATR, they have done some fantastic things amongst this game as well. You can see them really being consistent there, at least amongst the points. Game 2, a little bit rougher of a game there as they did kind of fall. Vault Esports, VE makes their way into the top. Quite a few kills again, but we'll see how it reflects at the end of this game. That right there, though, we should see our top 5 kind of switch it about. Again, RMV will join the mix. VE should still be up there. ATR will be up there. Envy will be relevant. And then we really could see just that switch right there. Just RMV joining the mix right there. Joining that top roster right there. Joining the top 8. Pushing out potentially EXH, CTK, Viper. Really not able to find footing there in that second game as well. So just a little bit of a different story here. Come this switch back to Aaron Gale. So there is the leaderboard. Most kills there. Kill leaders from game number 1. See if I can get those pop up there for you guys. And there is our kill leaders for the day as well. You can see Physics with 9 kills there. Dynamic with 8. Spree with 6. Sumk with 6. Techniques with 5. That is 2 members for Purge there with kills there. And that's just from game number 1 here. Well played here from the teams. Physics with 9 already at just 1 game. Well played here from these teams right there, especially with the great game M4 had in number 2. I'm curious to see where it does lead them. But the action starting to finally unfold. Teams are starting to rotate, but there is a little bit of a recap as to where we're at as far as kills and the leaderboard. This is Envy rotating. 2 teams is centered up already beautifully right off their drop spots. That's going to be ATR here in the school apartments and RMV there in Rozak. As you can see them just here in the north side position, coming off of that top 3 position. Happy with the fact that they are able to sit here at least in a comfortable position, not having to rotate, not having to worry about finding a spot inside the zone. They'll wait for the zone to pop, and they'll play for position in the next few phases. I hate to see when teams get position on the circle, and they move out of the spot and they rotate, maybe just up north, and hey, let's try to play here. The circle could potentially pop north, and they leave the spot, they drop it, and then they come back to it, moments later, only to find out that it's taken and that there's people there, and then all of a sudden you lose 2 players, and then you're rotating back to the spot where you don't want to be. So it's just, you hate to see it happen. Does Rozak actually stay in play? Does RMV stay there? And we'll see if they can actually maintain position where Rozak seems to be the key spot to be right now. Galactico's going to take position here, and one of the stronger compounds here up north. They also have the esports spawn for the UAV right there still if they need to take it out of play as well. So still options here for Galacticos. Nice little pull up here from Yeezy and Mert. Mert, thanks for the follow, man. I think it's a Medican as well. You guys here for Galacticos. Appreciate you guys showing the support and coming back here to the channel. I hosted you guys over in a couple events for PCL, so it's nice to see you guys transitioning to the side over here on EU and joining us here on this side as well. A couple of accusations I know have been thrown in the direction of this team, but really, I mean, it's console community here. It's just kind of what happens here. Teams do decent, accusations come out. I like to see teams cleared of their names, and I like to see teams come back and really showcase themselves after proving themselves to be a better player and not an absolute cheat. Because we all know there's enough cheats out there to make this game just unplayable and unfun sometimes, but there's also enough valid and literal players out there who can really do some key things. Great shots out there all across the board. Terrors, Physics, a lot of players are on the M4s. After seeing the way that they played there in that game, this is one of the teams that we can definitely see frag out, and you can see we talked about them in Game 1. They didn't have the highest numbers, but in Game number 2, they definitely showcased themselves as well as their shooting there, with each player putting up at least 3 kills, Physics with 5. And right now, this is just a team that you have to count on the frags more than the position, but the position from this team definitely in where they're at right now is key. So I like the rotation. They're set up for both sides on the bridge camp, and they could definitely see themselves another high kill game here. EXH pulling up here right outside of Dig's position. Dig just the rough rotation last game, hoping to do a little bit better this time around. Look at this new skin on the UAV here. I've yet to see it actually in action. Just your host here. I don't necessarily do all the skins, but look at that skin right there. Lovely to see the tires out there rotating. You got the yellow and black there just to kind of keep things interesting. And welcome to the PGC right here. As the PGC 5, if you guys don't know, has started this week. So again, nice to see that we have console community tournaments kind of matching up with the PGC, and there's just so much talent in the PGC. You guys have to get a chance to kind of watch it, learn from the rotations, learn from the shots taken, and it's a different scene, it's a different level of competitiveness, but with so many different regions actually involved in it, you see so many different styles of play that sometimes you honestly see something, you're like, I never even thought of taking a fight this way. I've never even thought of breaking down certain things in a certain aspect. So honestly, if you have the chance, it's key. Watch a little bit of PGC. Learn for yourself. Ooh, Travis. Don't stop there. Don't stop there, Travis. Don't do it. He's stopped. He's lined up. Diggs sees him. He gave him the chance for the shots. Travis will make his way back inside the house after taking no damage. Dope just not able to hit those shots right there. VSS spray coming out from Travis, and normally we see it from Adam Towney for GT, but GT actually not inside of the lobby right now, so we won't actually see the VSS in Towney's hand. So thankfully enough, we actually get some love here from Travis picking up that VSS, still trying to keep things interesting here inside the comp scene. All you guys today, thank you guys so much for the follow. That's a Medican, Vika PUBG 2. We've got Crypt, Babavosi. I appreciate you guys hitting that follow button. Appreciate you guys lurking here in the chat, and appreciate you guys stopping in, giving us console community streamers, something to actually wake up and play for, man. It's nice to have a viewership here for console, because again, we know how big PGC is. We know how big the PC side of things is. But again, the console, we're still growing. We're still trying to find our footing. We're still trying to find the right events to put on to keep the players entertained, to keep PUBG alive. And so far, so good. It's been working out little bits here and there. As we say that, that's going to be Brand. That's Dig finding the knock there onto CTK. CTK yet again here with Dig. Will confirm that kill as the rest of CTK over the top. Finds Wizzy out of the rotation, trying to pull up. Ballsy confirms as CTK trades 1-for-1 here with Dig. Now looking to close the fight out there from the back. Good shot from Brand right here, as he is going to find that Brand. And what a wonderful shot right there, my man. Had it been the headshot, Ghosty easy would have fallen there for CTK. Pressure coming out there from all over as Ghosty inside the Vic, trying to pull off for CTK. The vehicle, the tires shot out there. Ghosty, you're not going to be able to pull off it, man. Get out of that thing before you get shot out. Ghosty makes his way into the smoke. Pressure does come through from Dig, but Brandon was in the process of the heal, so at least bought him enough time to get away. CTK trying to find Brand here off the back of the bike, though, but he will pull away to regroup with the remaining 2 players of Dig. Traded out. Here comes Dig. Here comes Brand for Dope. I'm not sure Washington Dope's position. They were trying to pull up on a CTK, but not worth taking another loss there. 1 for 1 with CTK, and now will just position themselves here to take the phase 2 position. Nice little trade out there from those teams. Thankfully enough, it wasn't more than just the 1v1. They are still in a very viable position to play for the win here. Galactico's after grouping all 4 members up here. Will play for the Hillside. Very strong compound in phase number 2 nonetheless here. So Galactico's after the rough spots they've been in here in game 1 and game 2 should actually be very, very subtle with the fact that they were able to get this compound nice and early as the full 4 with no pressure. And one of these days, hopefully, it really comes down to the servers being updated for PUBG and everything just being in sync like with PC. But it'd be nice to have an automatic update for scoreboards so we can, update scores after the game finishes. As soon as the game finishes, come back to, a 5-minute break and talk about how the game happened, recap some scores, see where teams are at, talk about our kill leaders, talk about our damage leaders. But for right now, we're just kind of stuck, dealing with the time being, waiting for the scores to update, after about another 5-10 minutes after the game actually completes. That's just the console side of things, though. There's nothing we can really do to kind of bridge that gap until PUBG itself does it, so we're just kind of used to it as well as this does. So once that actually comes through, we should be able to talk about it again. And, hey, Larry, man, I appreciate you coming in the chat and let me know that the leaderboard has updated. It's always good to see the Game 2 stats because, again, it gives us something to talk about. ATR finding pressure onto the rotating WC, but WC will be able to pull up safely here to this compound here, where we actually just seen Envy play from a little bit earlier. Very, very similar compound, but just at a different location. But this is that 2 double stacks right here. That is a very, very good position to play as long as you can keep your head down and you don't get pressured from outside teams right here. So it looks like Viper's right outside the vicinity. They're not fully sending it too close to WC's position, but you can see Fury coming out to get that information as to where WC may have pulled up. Starting to feed it back to the team right there. VE as well. They see the vehicles right there. VE coming over the top as well. And Fury has to be careful that he doesn't get tunnel vision here on the WC because Merc and Suddy are very, very close in the vicinity. All it takes is the right look. And then Viper could easily be taking a loss here. Fury spotting him out. He's playing it patient. The shots are coming through from the side, I believe, from WC. As Merc will line him up right there. Suddy doesn't even have a helmet on. What level of comp are we playing here that Suddy does not have a helmet on? I'm confused. That is so rare, so unlike VE to just not have a helmet on right there. That right there is a tough loot situation, and VE is stuck in right there. Embrace will find not 1 but 2 members of Dope. As Dig will fall right there. Brand trying to find his way away from the remaining 4 members of ATR. Embrace gonna get another chance here with that S-Cast to open up as the shots come through from JJ. Damage is being done, but not enough to get that knock, as now M4 will be the next person to take shots here onto Brandon's position. Shots come through. Who's gonna get the knock? The credit. And it's nobody so far. The shots all over the place, and somehow, some way, Dig finds his way. Brandon away here for the team after finding 1 kill. It's going to hang on. But there comes Mark. Opens up the shots now for VE. 3 different teams shooting on to Brandon as he drives through the center of the circle. 1 more team to open up. VE says we'll take a second chance to get him. The bike falling right behind Dig, and then Brand will fall to the shots of Bernie. VE picks up 1, puts it in the bag right there as Dig will fall in first here. Well, will fall first, not in first. Unlucky there for Dig. No rotation path for them right there after having a rough start. That is going to be easy kills in the bag for those teams. Just finding the rotation. Really just making it look easy right there. Waiting for this to come through. EXG on the bridge cap. FSS. Oh, no. Oh, no. 3 players stopped there at the edge. Gone full sends. It says, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Gets taken down. Jamesy and Travis make light work of that. FSS under the bridge trying to swim. Sabino now falling as Al's from a different angle will confirm and flush that one instantaneously right there. Well played, not only from EXG, but from Envy reading the third-party fight. Able to find some kills and some damage along this FSS rotation. EXG will be able to win this fight, but they have to be careful. Right along the backside, you can see Team 8. That's the Z-Clan looking to potentially do damage here after this fight does close. Tiro spotted out. The shots come through from Artemis. He finds the knock right there. The headshot is great, as he now has Traits there still in front of him to deal with. Gets the spot out. Traits has the shots come through. Artemis peeks back up to the right. Can he get the second knock on the EXG as Trace makes his way up the top of the hill? Artemis is not able to find the knock, but now Envy looking to do the damage onto Artemis. He will have to pull back there in time before coming over the top. Travi will give Traits enough time to get the heal off, as Traits still down on his feet right there. Should be able to get res right here. FSS Tempete across the road has already fallen to the spray of EXG. Travis lines him up, finds him there at the bottom of the bridge underneath, cramping like a troll. And that is going to be an FSS now falling to the hands of EXG. Set up for a beautiful bridge camp over the top. Z-Clan finds their way above EXG, and the read from Z-Clan to pull the position here over the top of EXG is fantastic. Not only do they have control here into the next zone right there, they could have beautifully keep EXG right where they want them, but from the backside comes Purge. Enough damage being done. They should have made it in time. Richie gets the confirmed kill onto Bagoo as he bleeds out right there, as Z-Clan picks up a good position, but loses one member there to Purge. As again, the third party coming out from these teams is just unreal. EXG getting a chance to now open up. They see Z-Clan from the side. It's Els from Envy to actually get the knockdown on the Traits. That will open up the door, at least for Z-Clan, with the two members to make their way inside the zone, as EXG almost found all three players out of the vehicle. It's just going to be one in the bag right there. They should be able to get the res here. Now driving right past Viper. Shots come through, but they will make it past. Mercan and Galacticos open it up as well, driving directly towards WC. WC, can you get these knocks here? Somehow, again, these teams just in the vehicles, somehow surviving another day. The vehicle's on fire. Z-Clan, are you getting out? Or are we dying here? That's it. G to the G's right there. Makaz, credit for both kills there for WC, as Z-Clan goes out with a bang. Here is VE. They're going to find the knock there onto EXH there at the top of the mech. Deuce will fall there for VE, as Study traded out here. That's M4 positioning themselves slowly but surely here onto VE's positioning. All four members now pulling up to assist Gunner, as Tears pulls up for the flush, making sure no res is in play. He's scouting out, trying to find this. Has not realized where Study's at. Study's right there. Right behind this man. Had he been on his feet, this would have been a game over here for Tears. However, he's going to pull right off. Study just going to watch this happen. And then now back to the fight here with VE and M4. Here to the side, Study still alive there. Bernie will find the first knock onto Physics. Gunner falling from the back. That's Hayes from ATR finding that knock, as Merc finding his way up here under the position. Dynamic and Chera will rip apart Dill there separately from the teams, but together they find not only the knock but the flush. Projects now coming through. We'll find Study. ATR from the back just doing damage on all angles. Terrors coming through. Finds one. Now finds two. As Bernie looking to find Terrors. Can Terrors get the squad wipe onto VE? Gets the peek there from the right. Now left. Now back to the right. And now back to the left. Nice little bob and weave. From the side comes Gunner. Terror does the damage, but it is ultimately Gunner to do the rest. VE falling to the hands of M4, as it is now the res in play. The grenade right at the base confirms one. Knocks a second. G to the G's, ATR to the third party. A frenzy happening from the top right now. It's absolute madness. 4 kills here on the board for ATR. As the nade comes through, another one confirmed. Pizzles, will fall. Just 2 left up here for M4 after winning that fight there. Really not much they're going to be able to do to play for position. Another team will fall. That's Galacticos out there in 12. Falling right behind will be Nada for Envy in 11. 2 teams eliminated in a matter of seconds. Falling right behind each other. M4 trying not to fall behind, but it looks like they are in a very bad position to continue to make this fight right here. Down here on the bottom edge, this is EXG caught in a frenzy of RMV and Purge. From the side, Kiyomi and Zebo do the damage, and here it is confirmed as well. Wow, RMV. Well played there to not only find the flush, but find the kills. In the meantime, they have to worry about Purge pushing back over. They don't even allow Purge to pick up a scab kill because they flush the kills so fast. Well played from RMV yet again here, 2 games in a row, as they now look to take the fight with Vipers up the top of the hill right there. Should be their game to play. Inside that immediate part of the circle. Not a single soul in the center of the circle. 9 different squads all on the edge of the zone here outside the shooting range. And this is one of those zones where it definitely favors to play the edge, but you have to be careful as to who fills in behind you. Right now, Vipers with the most worrisome position as RMV will backfill onto their position. Purge seemingly to follow, but it's going to be Purge running into CTK as well as Aguida. As we can see, actually, CTK's position. Let's pop over there. That's Balance falling to one member of Aguida right there, as it looks like Ghosty trying to find his way up. Spots Peppy, gets the spray, lines the 3 times up, tries to do a little bit of a bob and weave, not even hitting one shot. Ghosty, what are we shooting at here, man? Shots been returned from Peppy Uji, do the damage. Is it enough to find the knock? No, from the side will be Richie, confirming out Ghosty. CTK falling out in 9th, and now the placement will start to open up. Good shots coming to the nest. No radar here from Aguida, looking to find Stimpay here on EXH. As they have Purge still to deal with, there's RMV. They've made their way actually onto Viper's position, and Kiyomi opens up with the first knock, finds Fury. The smoke down play over the top is Vipers from that top of the route trying to find the knock, but the smokes are just trying to delay the inevitable there. One member is already down for Vipers. Rousey trade now for techniques as Kiyomi and Lucarix make their way in. Lucarix will confirm Fury right there, as Technics still down and out there for RMV. Luca makes his way up to the staircase here, gets the 1v1 with ZQ, but ZQ will win that 1v1. Luca falls. RMV a little bit too short there for the help there. Now another one there as he gets the reload in time. 22 bullets here in the chamber for Viper. Rousey comes from the bottom, and RMV will fall to the Viper squad. Well played there as they read that out perfectly. RMV tries to position themselves here to backfill on the Vipers and take the compound away, but Vipers just too clutch with the grasp right there. Losing one player in the trade out there. Vipers picks up 4 kills and eliminates RMV in 7th. Nades coming through. Richie just trying to do what he can to avoid all this damage. The nades just shy of his position as Richie and Spree will get to live another day. Aguida still looking down. Vipers as well as ATR trying to gatekeep this. Embrace peeks up over the top, realizing that all the Viper squad is there. They've got 4 members for ATR on one side, 2 members for Purge on another. And their Spree will fall to Aguida. It's all left up to Richie here as the pressure is inevitable here. 2 members over the top of the hill. They have the better position. Almost throws the molly on his teammate. Sticks back to get the res here as the pressure not there from Aguida. They will pull off. Richie gets a chance for the res. 15 seconds till phase 6 starts to close. Back over here to Vipers here. Let's look at ATR yet again as the Haze was taken down here. The res is in play right there. ATR back up to full 4 as Haze will get the med off here. Viper with another second to make the decision. 2 minutes now as phase 6 starts to close. Viper pressuring slowly but surely here towards ATR. Embrace ready with the barrel in hand to find it as ZQ opens up over the top. No knock will come through. Anto takes a lot of damage there down to his stomach to get the heal off as ZQ with the mini 4T trying to find Embrace. Switches out before he can get the knock. I don't think ZQ has any more 7.62. Okay, he does. A little bit of shots right here. He's going to peek up over the top. Finds the knock on the Embrace. What a wiggle peek coming out from ZQ. HR with the mollies, the utilities all over the place. No damage actually being done as ZQ with a similar fashion. Whips 1, whips 2. No damage again being done from the Viper squad, but 7 kills on the bag as in 6th place. Gunner will fall for M4s right there. Hayes holding a beautiful angle here as Anto trades out 1 for 1 right there. ATR with 10 kills in the bag right there. Confirm Rousey, but Projects taken down, still safe for res right there after Embrace was taken down. ZQ comes over the top, now takes JJ as no radar from the back. Will Scab 1 kill away there from the Viper squad. ATR with just 1 member left up. JJ still safe for res as the flush has not came through. Spots 1 out. Good shots on a ZQ. Another shots come through on the Antipep. If Hayes can do this for ATR, this would be absolute madness. ZQ falls. The spray comes through from Hayes. Does the damage on the Antipep. Just needs a grenade to follow. However, it's just a stun in play because he has no lethal utilities. The stun is in play. Another one to follow. Another one there. But still, again, no lethal damage being done. ZQ left here on the side. Can Antopap win the squad? fight here for Vipers. Hayes confirms one. Now getting a second chance to take the fight, the fair fight with the 1v1 onto Anto. Spots the head out, the damage being done. Not enough to get the knock though, but he is very, very low. Well played here from Hayes. 11 kills on the board for ATR, and it's not game over just yet. Spots him out there again. Both players with just bandies to work with there as Antopap slow healing the best that he can here as the blue comes on the backside of both of them. No radar, peeks up over the top and puts down the Viper squad out in fourth. No radar with another kill in the bag there for Aguida, as that's going to be 8 kills now for Aguida, looking for their first chicken dinner of the night. EXH for Stimpy right there. That's going to be another member down for Aguida. Lizard, the first member down actually for Aguida, as it's just 3 members left here with a 3v2v1 as we have ATR Hayes, the solo beast here for his squad. Only 2 kills in the bag for ATR this time around, but yet again inside the top 3. ATR looking to pick up these points here with a wonderful spread of points amongst his team, I should say, because that is a 3-2 and a 4-kill game from the remaining 3 players of ATR. And Stimpy creeping there on the backside. That crouch walk right there gets Hayes. Doesn't even realize what's about to happen right there as EXH now has a 2v3 to deal with Aguida. Aguida opens up with Pepe Uji's spray from his 3 times on the M4. And it, however, does the damage but does not find the knock, so it's still a 2v3 here for Aguida. They have control of the center of the position, wasting no time to make sure that EXH can't do this. Pepe Uji's bullets just went right through that man. Stimpy absorbing him right there. Absolute flubber. As another shot being taken, that one over the head right there of EXH. Stimpy should be able to find his way away. As some K inside the vehicle takes some damage from Pepe, but not enough to do the knock yet again. But he's going to try his way away from the rotation right there. Pepe Uji lines him up there. Good spray. Finds the wheel right there. Some K should spill out, but it's DeRose with the M4 from the side. Knocks him down and gets that final kill. EXH deny the kill, or does EXH try to take this fight? Stimpy comes out through the smoke a little bit too far, right in the spray of Pepe, and he wants to take the fight, trying to find at least a kill before falling to the AG squad. Aguida with the first kill of them for the night. That's going to be 10 kills at a 20-point game for Aguida here in game number 3. Well played here from Pepe as well as DeRose, ready to spread that as the 1v1 right there. They play it right. They do it fantastically, and Aguida comes home with their first chicken dinner of the night. Back for game number 4, the 4th and final match of the night, over the top of Miramar. right, everybody, and here we are back for the fourth and final match of the night. Yet again, over the top of Miramar, looking for the fourth different winner of the night. We've had three different chicken dinner victors tonight, and it's exciting to see three different victors here. We've got Envy winning one, Purge winning the second game right there, and Aguida taking home the third. It is by no means a a long foot race here. It's a very close foot race at this point where these teams are really keeping the points close there up top. Some of the bottom teams are starting to distance themselves. I really am surprised that WC hasn't kind of put themselves up in a better position, but they at least have found 10 points after two games. Game 3 a little bit better for them. They're after finding some kills there early on, so we'll see how it does favor them. But WC just on the lower end of things here. Purge in the top spot there, still showcasing themselves. And again, as we talked about them at the beginning of the stream, that is one of the teams that is definitely a team to look out for, and you can see why. When they get together, all four original players here for Purge, this is an absolutely nasty squad to run into. And them being in first 2 games in a row here, third game, it's still a little bit of pressure on their back, as again, they didn't really do fantastic things. They just didn't do horrible things there in game number 3 as well. So fantastic job from Purge thus far with 3 games being played and first place being held for the first 2 games here. Can we see them continue to have a strong performance after day 1 closes into day 2, 3, and 4? We shall see. We will let the time tell as we watch just for this game to unfold ahead of us. Everybody in a very disciplined position, and again, to not really run into each other, as Envy will get Pozo to themselves. Dig will kind of pull off here to the outskirts of Pozo. No doubt we'll get a little bit of loot and then probably leave. This is not a fight I will think that we'll see here come game 4 at the end of the day right here. They would have already taken the fight if it was a hot drop fight. So you can see Dill scouting out. I think he's actually trying to go for the vehicle to see where he can find it. But the buggy was just stolen away there. So no vehicle there in play for Envy, as Dig will gain control there at least of the vehicles to rotate out of Pozo. Shots coming through. That's going to be Wizzy. Has spotted out one member for Envy. No damage being done to be concerned about. But again, both teams aware of one another here in the position. Just have to be careful to keep your angles covered. Vipers will start to rotate very, very soon here. They've dropped in the power grid. They're right outside the edge of the zone along with RMV. Purge is the only squad that is inside this zone right now, which is very, very rare to see, surprisingly enough, because this is a north side zone. No team deciding enough to go north, and everybody here along the base of this plane path pretty much just jumped right off the path and went down south. Nobody wanted to go Cobrera, Torre, the Watertown here up north, and I'd love to see a finish, honestly, up north. I've yet to see a finish here in quite some time. We've seen a lot of it in Season 12, Season 11, whereas the beginnings of certain seasons started to come up here, but I really haven't seen a finish here inside Watertown in quite some time, especially in a weighted lobby like this where there's such strong players to actually deliver great content, great shots, and the circles like that really start to deliver explosive action towards the end of things. Looking at teams like FSS and M4 right now with some of the longest rotations here along Miramar. Will be either taking the left or the right-hand side of the map to kind of just make it as fast as they can up those hills, but it's not looking great for these teams upon that rotation. Galacticos as well. They will get into the vehicles, start rotating now before the phase even starts to close, but again, that's a long rotation. That puts you out of a lot of positions to kind of choose your location. You'll just kind of be filling in whatever is left at this point. So hopefully there's a lot of options for this team, and hopefully the phase 1 is a tough shift to make quite a few other teams have to rotate with them. Otherwise, it's not going to look great for M4s or FSS. FSS seems to be one of those teams that is always caught out on rough rotation, and you hate to see it. FSS, great shooters, Tempe, Arminis, Sabino, all great shots. Gone, a newer member to the FSS squad. But again, that is a team right there that has great shooters and has great talent. Just can't seem to figure out the rotation from time to time. Viper on that rotation, 2 on the back of the bike here with Fury. As ZQ will try to position themselves with the remaining 2 players of Vipers. They're sending it right towards Purge's position. As Purge may be able to capitalize on this rotating team right here. That's got to be Spree first to spot him out. Does he switch to the Mini Fortune? He tries to line him up here with the M4. They're to drive right past. No shots actually coming through yet. Free rotation from Vipers. They will get a chance to move past here. Now, trying to find Antopap. Will flip the vehicle right there. Antopap, can he flip it back over in time? Barely gets it back up, but Dynamic is able to find the last shot there as he will put down Antopap. Vipers loses one upon the rotation there. Looked a little bit too late here for Purge, but they do find one, at least upon that rotation. Looking back up and over. Ooh, good shots coming out there from Spree. Antopap will fall. Didn't even wait to confirm. The vehicle explodes. Antopap left there in a pile of rubber, and Viper just delivers to the next compound here. There's really not much they're going to be able to do, honestly, to return that fire right there. They stop the heal. They get the heal off. They're in. Fury was shot in the ankle right there. That's how great these shots coming through from Purge were, is that they're even hitting the ankles on these players here, leaving no room for error. Viper will pull off the fight right there, as it looks like Envy taking some pressure from EXH. Deuce will fall right there. Great spray from Envy. That was the whole entire team shooting a Deuce right there. Nata gets credit as Dill does the flush. Well played from Envy, able to find a knock onto EXH. Say, hey, you want to take some shots onto us? We'll return them right back. A lot of teams have made their way now inside the zone. That's Vipers right above here on the top of the mountain right there, taking the fight here with VE. No knock coming through on either side. Rousey taking some damage. That's Ollie from the back, anchoring his team right there as Bernie spots him out with the AK. Finds the knock at the top of the hill right there, and that's now Vipers having to put the pressure to get the res. But Sunny from the side flushes that one out instantly, and now Rousey out of the game here. Vipers with just 3 up. I think actually just 2 up. But didn't we lose one a little bit earlier? So Vipers with just 2 members left up. And then ZQ and Furry having to pull off the fight here. Want nothing to do with VE. Just want to play for some placement here. Again, they were doing pretty decent coming into the game right here. They just need to stick a few points and be solid. But this is not the way they need to end the day right here. Keep your head down. Look for some placement points along the edge. And we'll see how it works out. Merc over the top is still trying to find Vipers. Excuse me. He's found Fury here creeping. Lines him up right there. Fury is spotted out from the side. Third-party damage, and that is going to be at least enough to get him to pull back to get the heal. Great shots coming out there from ZQ. That could have been game over for Fury, but Viper playing well as at least as the 2-man squad. Will it pay off for them for now? We'll see. Who still has not made their way in. Galactico still outside the edge of the zone. FSS as well. M4, man. What vehicles are you guys driving that you guys made it all the way up here already? They have made their rotation. They have done it like it was literally nobody's business. No shots, no losses, and just very, very quietly, very, very cunningly right there. That is great intellect right there from M4s, making a free rotation here into Cobreria. And they have all 4 members still up. EXH, they're at the edge of the town right there after taking a loss from Envy. We'll just kind of be sitting inside of Cobreria until we see the next phase pop. On the rotation, there's CTK. 2 games back-to-back here, getting caught on rotation. It's ATR and Dig to do a mixture of damage. What is Dope even doing right here is my question. Dank has fallen right there. JJ confirms the kill right there. And if I was Dope, I would not even take a shot. But nope, spotted out right there. That's JJ. Peeks him out from the top right there. Needs 1 shot to land to the head of Dope. But however, he gets to the ridge in time as ATR starts to flock and spread out along the edge of the ridge right here. Dope is in a bad position. Good shots coming out. That's going to be Projects. Lines him up. 1 more needed to find the final kill. They're on to Dope, but no, he will make his way up and over the ridge. The remaining 3 players of Dig have already made their way over this direction. It's so weird that his name's Dope because there's a team in the South American region who actually is referred to as the whole team Dope. So it's like I keep talking about Dig and his name is Dope, and I keep wondering, is it Dig or is it Dope? And you're throwing me off here, bud. You're throwing me off here. Shots come through. That's Hayes trying to find the knock, and he's just chasing this man down. I hate to say it, Dope. I don't think you're making it out of here. This is the 1v1 that you don't want to take as Project pulls up to actually give some help as well. It's now a 2v1, and Dope just looking like it is GG's for him. A couple other teams that Phase 2 has popped. You see another minute till we see our Phase 3 circle come through. As it is going to be ATR to finish out the fight. Project's on a whole nother angle right here, and it's not looking great for Dope. Let the man stay at the top of the building here. FSS finding a knock right there from Galactico. As you can see, Tempe still making his way in as Hayes finds his way into the front door. The molly comes through. Dope on fire, and he will fall to not only Hayes, but Projects there waiting for that fire to spread its way down. Dig losing one member right there as ATR swarms that poor man's life and the top of the stairs right there. Dig down to just 3 members as ATR picks up a kill. There we can see RMV on the rotation. FSS is found. What? Wait, what? Galacticos finds the first knock, but FSS just turned the tables on Galacticos in a matter of seconds. Gone for FSS. Finds 3 players for that team, and they will fall. That is Galacticos out in 16th place right there. Well played from FSS, you very sly devils, you. Still looking. This is a whole lot of map here. We'll actually pull over here. As you can see, Z-Clan will pull up here on the edge of the zone. Let's go look closer to Purge's position, see how they're doing. Still here at their spot. Haven't really had to move too much from the position they're playing, so it's just kind of a slow game for Purge right now. No kills on the board here. Still trying to maintain that top spot as we pull over here towards Dig. This is Wizzy holding the spot there for Dig. Washed still has to pull up. They've lost another one on rotation, so it's a 1-1 split here with Dig. Still trying to make sure that they have at least placement points to call for today. A lot of rotating going on as this is a very weird circle, so we're watching a lot of the map. I apologize this time around, but there's so much rotating coming on from these teams there. As again, there's just really no place that these teams have called home. Purge again is comfortable. You can see EXG is comfortable where they're at. They definitely are going to need to have this game here. With this being a little bit slower of a time right now, I'm going to go pop up here. RMV on the rotation. CTK does make it with just 2 members here on the outskirts of the circle. Balance with some shots here. Trying to find Kiyomi out of the vehicle, but not looking like it's going to happen. Shots as he does reach the breach of the mountain right there, but not enough to get the headshot out of the vehicle right there. Now Techniques taking the pressure from Balance as well as Ghosty, but still RMV will not fall. But EXH stops to find the pressure here of RMV. Kiyomi having to get out of the vehicle there as Zebo pulls up with some help from Techniques. It's now a 3v2 here for EXH. Kiyomi not able to get the heal off in time as Stimpy finds the grenade over the top. Kiyomi will fall. EXH now pushed out of here into the phase 3 blue in the next 10 seconds as the damage will start to be done. Kiyomi should be confirmed there for RMV. Techniques and Zebo still trying to find the final fight here with the remaining 2 members of EXH. Already inside the zone though is CTK. Looking at this fight unfolding, and they're looking to third party not only RMV, but EXH out of this lobby. Techniques will pull back as the res still not happening for Kiyomi. Some K pulls up over the top and now confirming that final kill. Kiyomi will get flushed out there as RMV down to just 3 members. Pressuring towards EXH. They have him right where they want him. Techniques finds up. Has Some K pretty much right where he wanted him. Laying down prone, healing. And just no sense of awareness there that Techniques was coming, and he will fall. Techniques with another great spray, peeking off that left side, gets Some K on the right angle. From the side comes Zebo, but it's Techniques there to find the final kill right there. RMV comes out on top there. Zebo with a great assist, but Techniques 2 kills in the bag there, now winning the fight there against EXH out in 15th. CTK still looking to find RMV coming in from this edge of the zone. They're peeking, they're looking back, but RMV just has not shown their head yet, so CTK will probably have to just run in here with the zone. They've got a buggy in front of them. That will be their way in the zone, and I think that will at least buy them enough time. There is Dig Washed has fallen here and be able to gain credit of that as they're looking for the remaining team for Dig. They're realizing that it's only a knock right there. Have not spotted him. There's going to be Nana with some shots down onto RMV as they rotate. Luca will take some damage, but will be able to continue his rotation. Now left up to Wizzy here for Dig after that loss came through from Washed. It's just 1 member left up here as they make their way into the phase 3 zone here, driving right past Purge. Probably not the best idea. Thankfully, Purge not actually over the top. No, Wizzy, don't do it. You were looking so good, like you were going to be safe for a second. He's going to pull right up onto Purge's position. Shots come through. The knock, however, not in play yet. Is it meant to be that Wizzy will get away, or is it going to be where he falls? There it is, stopping here on the ridge. Still shots coming through from Purge. Jimbo finds him out of the vehicle right there, and Purge picks up 1. Dig will fall there in a 14th position. Looked so great, like he was going to make it. I had faith that he would make it to where he was going to go, but no, pulls right into Purge's clutches right there, and Purge picks up a squad kill right there. And then there's 13 teams now left inside the lobby. You can see the vehicle of the man still driving over here, and FSS wondering what the heck happened, but you know, Purge takes the man out of the vehicle right there, leaves the vehicle still flying down the road. Arminus looking up towards Purge's positioning, but no visuals in play as Envy across the way will try to get the visual onto FSS. That's Dill there on the side of the wall. Actually not looking this direction. Spotted out from Arminus. Good shots, but in return is going to be Nada up over the top right there. Great shots on both ends. No knock, however. Again, this is just a lot of damage being done on both ends. Still RMV on the rotation. Have not been able to stop anyone's Luca down and around here. Still flying right past FSS. We'll have to drive past this team and call the Ridge, or maybe the Shack right there. I think he's potentially sending it for home. Yep, Luca going to make it right here to the Shack, and he will be able to play the Shack for now right there. RMV loves the Shack right here. This is a Shack game right here if I've ever seen it. ATR JJ will fall right there as VE getting into it over here. That's going to be one traded out in the meantime, but he has just fallen. No flush coming through right there. It's going to be now another trade out there. Project finds Burke, flushes that out instantly. The 2v2 here for ATR. Bernie coming up over the top. Project's getting the heal in the little bit of a crevice right there. Hayes spotted out from the side as Ali relieves the pressure right there. Bernie able to find the side knock right there, and that is a team play if I've ever seen right there. Ali with the distraction. Embrace now confirmed right there as Ali is going to get picked up. Bernie hops off the res to stop, come over and take the 1v1 with Project, but does fall. But however, Ali is there to wait for the pressure as Project tries to come up to confirm the kills there, just not in time. Ali reads the play right there. VE resets there after getting the kills there, taking down ATR. VE now in the top 12 teams here. Can they can further their position as CTK waiting, Vipers waiting as well. Over there is Envy taking the pressure from FSS. Yet another crash. It's Dill finding one, finds the confirmation as well as Neda knocks Tempe. Sabino tries to get inside the vehicle, finds Dill. Dill inside and out of the vehicle. Hops in, hops out, confirms the kill right there. Arminus comes through, now finding Nada as he's the last member up for FSS. Can he do something to take down Envy? Al's around the left-hand side. Dill trying to make his way through the little bit of a water tower. Spread it out there from Arminus. Dill will get the 1v1, confirms the kill, taking down FSS. Z-Clan falling right behind there in 12th. And 11th, FSS will fall, and that is now 10 teams remaining here. ATR, yo, shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Sorry that it had to be the way that it just went out right there, but Hayes, thanks for dropping in for the host, man. Fantastic games today, man. You have been a pleasure to watch, dude. And ATR, as well as the rest of the viewers coming from his stream, thank you guys so much for dropping in, and thank you, Hayes, for the host. Good shots coming out there. That's going to be Viper. Fury is going to find Ghosty. CTK will fall in 10th. There is Envy trying to hold out one more squad right there. They do at least keep that. 7 kills on the board. Is Al's going to get picked up here as the smoke fills the room right there. Al's is safe for res, picked up right there. RMV does fall right there as we have Purge trying to gatekeep gatekeep Envy now. Over to back, I think CTK still with one player left up. No kills on the board, but it's balanced. Looking for placement into this next game. Spots out Fury. Balance was in a very similar position like this about a day or two ago. The blue will finish him off right here. Phase 4 damage, not something to play with. They're balanced down for CTK as the damage comes through from Viper. It was enough to get out CTK here in 9th place. 8th. 8 teams remain here inside of phase number 5 as it does come to a close right there. Bottom right-hand side of the screen right there. You see the circle popping right there as Fury will ride his way up to ZQ. Regrouping as a 2-man. VE there at the top. Should be aware of this. They're going to let him ride right past right here. VE still with 3 players left and 5 kills in the bag right here. Can VE pick up their first chicken dinner here of the night on the edge of this zone? They have the Vipers to walk towards. That fight will have to get closed out, but Purge is in a central position in first of the competition. Are they going to take home the last game of the night, securing their first place position and really bringing home day number 1? Over the top here comes EXG. Trey Tantiro have fallen right there. Jamesy gets him in the back right there, takes down his own teammate as Makaz comes up, tries to find Travis. It's Tickle from the left-hand spray with a little bit of shared love from Makaz. WC will take down EXG. They're in 8th. 7 teams now remain as WC looking to finally come alive here in the final game. That is 7 kills in the bag there for WC, and they have 6 teams still ahead of them looking for the victory. AG looking to do a back-to-back repeat here, still with 4 players left up. No kills on the board, but Aguida is a team that we see quite often come alive in these final few phases and can still easily put up 8 to 9 kills here. Over the top, M4 there on their side. They have to walk into WC and Aguida's clutches right here. It's not looking like a comfortable position for this team to be in. WC could easily get third-partied right now if Aguida can find the knock right there. Could allow M4 to actually walk in. But no, Terrace comes up, finds the spray, looks towards Benno, but does not get the damage. Now going to have the spray right there. Aguida looking to find either the fight onto M4. We'll see when the knock comes through, but it's going to be WC pressuring with grenades after finding the first knock onto Gunner. They're trying to keep M4's right where they have him. Aguida looking like they're going to take the fight onto M4 and not onto Aguida. Here comes Terrace through the smoke. Makaz should spot him out right there. And he does. Makaz with the knock there onto Terrace right there. Opens the door with the first knock. Gunner back on his feet there for the M4s. And now Physics will trade the 1-for-1. Tickle will knock down Pizzles. And it's 2 down for WC now as Physics will get confirmation, onto Tickle. Great grenade coming through from Gunner right there as Makaz sticking the res here from Bueno. Bueno will pick him up right there. But from the side, Aguida will third-party the fight. And the team that should make it in is somehow making it in. M4 losing 3 right there. Pizzles falling to the zone as WC gets the res here onto Makaz. Gunner makes his way around the side of the mountain here. If he can confirm the kill here onto WC before falling, would be huge right now. But Aguida should be able to at least keep WC right where they want her. Over the top comes one. Bueno able to find the headshot instantly onto Gunner. M4 falling out there in 7th. And after a great performance there in game 2 and 3, M4's out in 7th. Really nothing to show for here in game number 4. ZQ will find a knock there onto VE. And that's going to be Ali. Great pressure coming out here from Vipers. It's now a 2v2 here. The res already in play here as VE should be able to get picked up. I believe it's going to be a 3v2 now as they will stick the res inside. No, Bernie been taken down there. Excuse me. What am I talking about? Bernie's flushed. Ali's down, and it's all up to Suddy. Can he get back to get the res here in time as Vipers with just 2 players up about to take down VE with surprise. Looking at Viper. Can he find Jimbo here? Aguida's losing 1. Aguida losing 2. WC, no, they're about to take down Aguida, and they do. That's 10 kills in the bag here for WC. 2 members left up still for Aguida. That's Lizard and No Radar from the side. Great shots come out. Makaz, what do you got for us here in the bag through the smoke? He's going to find Lizard. Can he get the knock? Does get the knock now from the side. Macy Moo with the last few bullets into the head of No Radar. Aguida will fall in 6th as WC comes through finally with 12 kills here in the final match. Viper now coming through, taking down Purge on the crash. VE Suddy does make his way in, but one member in the bag there. Vipers finds 1 more kill before they go out there in 5th. It's going to be Jimbo falling to the back. Howa confirming that one as it's now just Dynamics left up for Purge as their central position now starting to crumble right in front of their face. It's 1v1 here for Dynamic and Suddy. You've got 3 members up the hill there for Envy. And you also have 3 members up the hill there for WC looking to find their position on the edge of this zone before these few players actually have to take the fight. Dynamic will just chill. Suddy will just chill. I don't blame either of the players here. There's a 3v3 happening at the top of the mountain right there as Els comes up, finds one. He's going to open the door, knocks Macy Moo, confirms instantly. And now he has the ultimately better position and the better amount of numbers. That's a 3v2 here for Envy to take on the WC after he finds his way safely away from WC's position. There's Makaz there for WC. I want to see he's kind of making his way down towards Purge. He's in a great spot, finding some loot. He's got Bueno over the top to kind of feed information as to where these players are. But it's really not a great spot for, I think, Envy to be in. They need to find their way into this edge of the zone, or into this center of the zone as they're playing the edge right now. It works for the time being right now with there being such selective numbers. It really is going to be a slow end game right here. There's 4 different squads. It's only phase 6. And we'll see who does come out on top. Very, very low numbers here. Envy with the stronger numbers here with 3 players alive here. Have a good spread on the circle, but it's Suddy and Dynamic in the center of the zone as WC, Makaz, and Bueno both kind of drag their way here a little bit closer to the center, leaving Envy still to hug the sides there. Dill will come back here. A lot of fresh gear. His helmet's pretty beat up there, so he's got to be careful to watch how he does peek. 1 headshot could easily take down Dill from the right gun. SLR, SKS. The Mini 14 probably would take 2 Shots coming through M4s. You know, the ARs here still would take a few shots there, but Dill with just one shot, maybe from an SKS or an SLR, could easily be seen in the lobby here. Still looking up towards WC's position. He's looking in the shacks, trying to clear shack left, right, left, right. That is the shack to the left, though, that he has to be very, very aware of. Looking at this shack in front of him, he must be getting the wrong information. Maybe fed from the team as he keeps looking in that direction, thinking that there's a team there, but there is not. They're right in front of him, above this hill right there. Dill continuing to scout. Howard there down from the side there. Oh, good grenade coming out there from Al's over the top right there, as he should be able to potentially take the game away from WC. If I was him, I would definitely run up that hill again. We see how open it is, but imagine if Al's were to get up and over the top there, if we were to just come up over WC and keep it right here. WC actually even thinking that that is exactly what he's doing. That is a key play from WC. But if he was up here, has WC right where he wants him, no real vision that would be given to WC. He can just wait for the sound cues for them to come out of the shack right there. But however, he's going to regroup with Envy there down at the bottom of the hill right there. So he's going to really give the position back to WC. Meaning that they have upper hill advantage here. It's still Study and Dynamic coexisting inside of this little town right here. Study's actually right outside on the vehicle right there. But Dynamic will just kind of hang tight there at the edge of the bar right there, hoping to some drinks maybe get slid down his way. Bueno and Makaz doing a little bit of a split here, trying to find their way down. Bueno just trying to keep information onto Envy as their smokes come through. Shots will be put down onto Al's. Makaz not able to find the knock, though, as it still will be a 3v2, v1v1 here. Slowly but surely, Phase 7 now starting to close here. As we have Phase 8 will pop there. There's that M274, whatever, that grenade launcher, the smoke grenade launcher in play right there. I've got to get those smokes nice and thick, nice and heavy. As we can see, Makaz going to open back up again with the help from Bueno. Bueno not able to find the knock, but does do some more damage onto Envy. Just trying to keep the gear nice and beat up to make the end fights that much easier. The more damage he does now, the less that he'll have to do here in the Phase 9 fight here. Because again, you know that that's what this is going to come to. They're looking down. They know that there was fights happening down here. They know that this can't just be free. That there hasn't been nobody here. Envy obviously has been avoiding here for some reason. So has the remainder of these teams. Suddy there at the bottom of the hill there should be able to come alive there in the end. But Dynamic and Suddy both favored in this Phase 8 pop. Still don't have to move, and they'll just have to creep their way here into the late game here. Potentially opening the door for a one solo victory, either for VE or for Dynamics, because these two teams are pretty focused on fighting each other here at the top of the hill right there. Still making it down and around here. Very, very slow-paced game. Yet again, we'll wait for this to kind of come to a head, and then we'll back down here, give Suddy a Dynamic some love there at the bottom of the screen, just playing very, very patient. And that is the respect that you give if you're inside of a paid event rather than a scrim, because the scrim just doesn't usually seem to work out that way. It just usually seems to be a little bit more full send at that point. But here we are playing it very, very patient, playing for the win. And I really think that this is exactly what could happen right here, is that a third-party win could happen from either VE Suddy or Purge Dynamic. Very, very slow here. Looking over the top, Makaz really doesn't want to be the first to peek over. He wants to get the information, but he does not want to get spotted first. Again, his helmet just as weak as Dill's right there. One shot, two shots could easily be the death of him right here. Still looking down there towards Suddy, as VE hasn't moved an inch right there. Had Suddy even moved his soul right there, could easily get spotted out here from the top from Winner's Circle, but Winner's Circle just looking down, and Suddy again will not move a soul until he has to. There it is, down and around. Envy inside the shack that are on the outer edge of the zone, along with WC. The center of the zone, you can see, is that little dot right there on the bottom of the camera right there. So it's in the middle of that camera. You can see the dot right there. That is center of the zone right there, right where our ping is at. And you can see no team has the advantage here. But WC, with the upper hill advantage, at least can keep out Dynamic and Suddy. But they have Envy right there as some visitors over the top that even if they start to focus their attention down there, just have to use the smokes at the right angle. WC has to stand on the left-hand side of the smoke to avoid pressure coming out there from WC. Bueno is going to spot out Suddy behind the vehicle. Shots do come through if you can find him, but Suddy may just deny the points there. Tries to stand up, but Bueno is just ready for that. This is his map to play. WC plays Miramar so well. Their angles, their peaks are just fantastic with 13 kills on the board. Can they take home their first chicken dinner? Now just 2 teams ahead of them over the top. Makaz gets the 2v1 here with both Dill and Hawa as a grenade getting cooked up from Als from the bottom is going to get tossed in the direction. Not going to find any damage out of either Makaz or Bueno. So WC is still able to live another day there as the pan flies over the top. Hawa tries to find a knock. Will walk into right in the face. Spots Makaz. Spots out Bueno. And Hawa for Envy today has been so clutch in 3 different games. Takes home the victory in game number 1. Clutches it up at least to get a 2nd place in game number 2. Now knocks both players there for WC here in game number 3. And now leaving it up to Dynamic, finding 1 and 2. Can Dynamic be another clutch player here for Purge as he finds 2 players on the knock? They're going to confirm Hawa potentially here. Hawa peeks his head back, so not able to get confirmed yet as he's just going to keep feeding information there to Als. Als with the grenade in hand. Can he get at least some damage onto Dynamic? Woo-wee! Als, what kind of grenade was that, man? Where's the radar? That is beautiful. Saves Envy there as Dynamic finds 2 knocks. Als with the perfect grenade puts it in the breadbasket of Dynamic and just has Dynamic catch that with his life. Envy hangs tight somehow with that chicken dinner right there as they find a 12-kill chicken dinner following Purge with only 6 kills, and WC with a 13-kill 3rd place here to end the night. That right there was one hell of an end game right there after 2 phases of dullness, a phase 9 of absolute chaos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight, as that is our 4th and final game of the night. Action-packed to finish off the day right there for you guys. We have another set of games starting off for you guys here on Thursday. Same time, same place, back here inside the SSL for the 4-day paid. I've been your host, Cold Crew Exclusives here, delivering you guys this jam-packed action. And I'll make sure to leave the leaderboard for you guys here inside the chat, so be sure to check out the leaderboard if you guys are curious to see where these teams ended up. We will pick back up yet again on Thursday, 8 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. Eastern, here on the Cold Crew Exclusives channel for day number 2 of the 4-day paid here in the SSL. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all back here on Thursday.